Well, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, and good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another episode of The Morning Glow. Welcome to another episode of The Morning Glow. Got a great broadcast lineup for you this morning, as I hope and I pray that we always do. I'm not important, just a question asker. My name is Raheem Algebra out of Atlanta, Georgia, but we're going to have the whole crew here with us this morning. You know what this is. This is Way Out Wednesday. This is Way Out Wednesday. We don't have a topic today. We actually talk about anything that's on our mind and on our hearts. And if you have a question, a concern, something that's going on in your community, your neighborhood, or you just want some advice on something, this is Way Out Wednesday. This is the day that you can give us a call. 508 924 3521. 508 924 3521. Give us a call. We definitely love to hear from you and like to be of some service. If we could help in any kind of way, we want to be here for you. So give us a call. 508 924 3521. 508 924 3521. This is Way Out Wednesday. So I'm going to start off with going way on out. And I'm going to ask you a question. I had a friend that that had to go to the emergency room. The emergency room had a medical situation, and I guess didn't have the proper insurance that was needed, and so he had to go over to the emergency room to get the help that he needed in pain. So he went to the emergency room, and so I keep saying that. I say that for a reason because I'm actually I wonder something. Why do they? This is where I went. So walk with me with this. Why do they call it an emergency room when it takes so long? This joke was over there about 5 or 6 hours, a good 3 or 4 hours before he got seen, sitting there in pain, sitting there hurting in the emergency room. I just want to know. I just want to know, why do they call it an emergency room if, okay, I got a lot of stuff here. Okay, I'm not gonna be able to read all that, but I understand, brother. Like I said, I'm not gonna be able to read all that while I'm broadcasting. But yeah, I do understand the first couple of lines of it. So yeah, we good. We good, brother. We good. 508 924 3521. 508 924 3521. Give us a call. We love to have your input. And I'm asking the question, why do they call it an emergency room when it takes so long? It take you 2 hours. Sometimes you go in and you know, and they good at it now. They good at what they do. They get you in there, man, and they get you signed up. First 10, 15 minutes, they get you signed up. Sign this, fill out this, all this. Then they tell you go sit down until somebody call you. Somebody gonna call you. Then maybe the next 45, 30, 45 minutes, they call you back into that little room, talk to you a little bit, ask you about your insurance, ask you about a couple of other questions. Then they send you back out there. Well, go back out there and sit down until somebody call you. Somebody's going to call you. That's where the waiting start. That's where your waiting start right there. That's where your waiting start. That's where the waiting start right there. Because you're gonna sit there. I'm gonna tell you something. You're gonna sit there and you're gonna sit there and you're gonna hurt. You're gonna hurt and you're gonna hurt. Oh, you're gonna hurt while you're sitting there. They ain't give you no pain medicine or nothing. And they give you a cup of water. And if they give you a cup of water, a small cup of water, Dixie cup, they're gonna charge you $450 for that cup of water. Yeah. Oh, they're gonna charge. They're gonna stack this. You gonna pay. You asking for a cup of water you want to. That $450.99. That's what it's gonna be. $450.99 for a small cup of Dixie water. So you best to be careful. Don't ask for nothing. I don't want nothing. Look, and take little and take little short breaths. Don't take no regular breath because you're gonna charge you for them regular breaths. Every now and then you do that. Hold that for a while. You hold it for a while. You let that circulate through your body as much as you can. Let it out. Get you nothing. Don't take no whole. Man, that's $1,000, brother. That's $1,000. Don't take no full breaths. That's $1,000. Every one you take is $1,000. Then when you reach to a certain point, When you get to a certain number, they're gonna double it. 2,000. I'm just saying. They called it an emergency room. Good morning, James. James, give us a call, brother. Give us a call this morning. You know the number 508-924-3521, 508-924-3521. This is Way Out Wednesday, and we don't have a topic today. Now, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, we have topics, and we talk on topics. On Wednesdays, Way Out Wednesday, we talk about whatever we want to talk about, and that's what we're doing right now. We're talking about the emergency room. Emergency room. James, why they called it an emergency room? Why do they call it an emergency room when they take all day to see you?
James Bird.
James, good morning, sir. How you doing this morning?
Good morning, everybody. I'm doing all right.
James, let me ask you a question, man. Why in the world do they call it an emergency room when they take all day to see you? Man, you go to the emergency room, count half of your day gone. Count it gone. Count it gone.
They call the emergency room. Call you go in the emergency room and wait. We don't be able to take care of it.
Yeah. I'm like, wow.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Man, I had a friend went to the emergency room, man, hurting in pain, and sit there for 6 hours. 6 hours, sit there in the emergency room, 6 hours hurting. Man, you know, they could have told him, look here, come here at 3:45, and we're gonna see you at 4:15. That would have eliminated some of that pain. You know, the pain don't care where you at. Pain don't ask you where you at. You either you're in the emergency room or you're at home. You hurting, you can be hurting. He could have probably been a little more comfortable at home, laying in a bed or something like that, made himself comfortable until it was time to go to the emergency room. But he went there and waited. Go ahead, brother. Talk to me. Emergency room.
Yeah, that's true. So I went to emergency room one time, and it was so long I fell asleep.
Yeah.
Yeah. You feel people went in and come check your blood pressure, and they send you right back out there to wait.
Yep. Exactly.
And don't have no medication. That's about $200 or $300 for one pill.
Oh yeah, easy. And
that's it. Then they put you in the room. They put you in the room, wait for a doctor to come in.
Mm-hmm.
They'll have like 1 or 2 doctors on staff for the whole night, for the whole hospital.
Yep.
That's crazy. A big hospital, they have that.
And see,
when I had my surgery, I went to Georgia to the hospital. And, they had no more room in the emergency room. They put me in a little closet.
Good Lord.
I fell asleep. I woke up the next morning looking all crazy. Where I'm at. It's just crazy how they want the money.
Yeah.
If you ain't got the insurance, they ain't gonna fool with you. But you got insurance, they gonna keep you now all the time.
Oh yeah. They gonna roll you right through.
Yeah, that's it.
If you got insurance, you might have to wait no more than about 3 hours. If you got insurance, you might wait about 3-4 hours. But you ain't got no insurance.
Yeah, but you ain't got no. You gonna wait.
Oh yeah, you
definitely gonna wait.
You gonna camp out, brother. It's gonna be a camp. If you ain't got no insurance, it's gonna be a camping party. Oh, you're gonna camp out a little bit. You're gonna hang out. You definitely gonna do that.
You gonna camp out. You gonna hang out. You gonna hang out all night, all day.
Exactly. and so that's the part. That's the part that's amazing to me, man. They call it an emergency room, but you go there and you take all day, man. No people know you're in pain. No people know you're hurting, man. The folks know you're hurting.
Exactly.
You're sitting there. A lot of people in there crying. Yeah. They crying and rolling all over the floor and all kind of stuff, man. They hurting.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, but yet still,
crazy.
You gotta look at them like, man, you ain't gotta be making all the noise in here. You ain't the only one sick in here. Yeah. I ain't the only one sick. You got a whole lot of people in here hostages. You got a lot of hostages in here.
Right? They have it so cold in there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I had freezing in there. Don't want to give you. They don't want to offer you a blanket.
Exactly. And what they try to say, I know what they try to do with that. They try to say the colder it is in there, the more it's gonna kill them germs and stuff like that. If you keep it cold, it'll kill the germs.
Right.
But you ain't gotta freeze everybody. You killing people.
You sure don't. That's right.
You killing people.
My doctor told me when I had my surgery, he said, you gotta go home because you'll get sick in here.
Yeah.
He told me to go home.
Exactly. Everything is floating around here. Yes, sir. 508.
It's ridiculous.
It is, brother. It is. And my thing is, I got to sneeze. I got to sneeze and won't come up. So bear with me, y'all, because it's still come up in a minute.
Well, Raheem might go to the emergency room.
I'll sit right here, brother. I'll sit right here. I'll sit right. Yes, Lord, I'll sit right here. I will sit right here and sneeze all day. And sneeze all day long. But yeah, man, that's crazy. And like I said, this is
Bless you.
thank you, brother. I appreciate that. This is Way Out Wednesday. This is Way Out Wednesday. So we don't have a topic. We talk about what we want to talk about. So what's on your heart, brother? Talk to me.
I'm just resting now. I've been driving, come back from Florida. I'm tired. I'm getting some rest today.
Oh, okay. So you get some rest at home, not at the emergency room. At home. Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right. Yeah, I'm home relaxing today. I'm listening to the show all day today.
Good deal. Good deal. Now let me ask you a question. What do you think? What do you think about that situation going on with our ex-president, man? Being in court and got all these different trials and stuff going on, man. Do you think that's do you think that's just? Do you think that's justice going on? Do you think it's injustice? Do you think that a person that have this many felonies against him should be able to run for the president of the United States of America? What do you say?
No, he should be in. Shouldn't have been. No, he shouldn't run.
Mm-hmm.
So all the charges you got against him, they still letting him run.
Yeah, and they're saying he got a chance to win.
Yeah,
they saying he got a chance to win.
Then right then you bust out in court. Now that you put in the jag order, he do something, he's still gonna do it.
Yeah. He think none of the rules apply to him. He think none of the rules apply to him at all.
Right. Mm-hmm. And they need to show him instead. We're gonna do this and do that. You got to show him.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Not only him, anybody will do that.
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna tell you something. Had it been somebody else, man, they'd be thrown up under the court, up under the jail already. They'd be thrown up under the jail. He's sitting in there, man.
Right.
They say he went to sleep.
You'll be in there. You won't be out campaigning.
Exactly. They say he went to sleep the other day in court, man. Yesterday, they say he went to sleep in there, man. I'm like, what?
What? He went to sleep. He started biting his lip.
Wow.
Yeah, it ain't looking good for him.
But see,
at all.
Truth of the matter, he did say while he was running on the last time, he did say he could go downtown New York City, Times Square, shoot and kill somebody in the middle of Times Square in the middle of the afternoon, and wouldn't nobody do nothing to him. He said he could go down there. You remember he said that? Yeah, he said that. He said he could go down there. He said he could shoot and kill somebody in Times Square in the afternoon, downtown. Everything's going on. Everything's moving. Shoot and kill somebody right there in Times Square, in the middle of Times Square, in New York City, and nothing happened. I'm like, wow. Are you really that cocky, brother?
Yeah, he'll probably say he didn't do
it. You be on video, they're gonna capture it and everything. He said, it wasn't me. No,
yeah.
that wasn't
right.
That wasn't me. It was not me. I did not do that.
It's crazy.
It's these lying Democrats are concocting a story and trying to make it seem as though I did something. I did not do it. I didn't do it. It was not me. I'm like, man, come on with that foolishness, man. Come on with that foolishness.
That's true.
We in trouble. Hey, brother, we in trouble now, man. We in trouble now. We in trouble.
Oh yeah.
With this question I just asked,
vote,
let me tell you something. With this question that I just asked, and who just called in, man, we in trouble now. Watch this. Cassandra, good morning, young lady. How you doing this morning?
Good morning.
Now, Cassandra, I'm not gonna call his name because I know you don't like the name. So I'm gonna ask you the question like this: 45, with everything that he's got going on right now, all the cases and everything that's against him, falling asleep in court. He said, now he told y'all, he said, look, I could go down when he ran for office last time. He said, I could go downtown in New York City, Times Square in noontime, shoot and kill somebody and won't nothing happen. Does he really feel like he's that far above the law? And should he be able to run for the president of the United States of America, Cassandra, with everything that he got going on? All these felonies.
Yeah, of course he feels like he's above the law. The rule of law does not apply to him. It just doesn't. And that is what is so scary.
Mm-hmm.
How could it not apply to you? And you are doing and say the judges have told him in more than one case Don't talk about the case. Don't talk about people in the judge's courts. He's threatening people and this and that. And I just heard you say no one could have gotten away with what he has gotten away with, and still, first of all, not be in jail, and then
Yes.
second, still be able to run for the president of the United States. I don't. That's what lets me know that this man is dangerous. And he's already said that he will act like a dictator.
Yep.
And he will get revenge. How can anyone in their right mind? I'm just saying, and I don't care. People get mad at me. How can anyone in his right mind vote for someone that has said and done the thing? The man has no integrity at all. None. None.
Yeah.
Lies consistently
all the time.
I was just reading, like 4 o'clock this morning, I was reading where he's telling people that the judge said that he can't attend, pure evil. He can't attend his son's graduation because he's going to be in court. The judge made no such comment. It's plain on the record that the judge said when it gets closer to the time, he'll see how things are progressing, and he'll make a decision if they can take that day off so that he can attend his son's graduation, the youngest boy's graduation. And you're sitting here lying and riling up your base, which he is so famous for doing. And these people are so blinded by this man, and they so believe he's the great Messiah. Well, he said he's on level with Jesus. So anybody who say they're on level with Jesus, I ain't got nothing else to say.
Yeah, exactly. But Cassandra, even with what you just said, your normal person, ain't no court's gonna make no provisions for you. You come to court. This is a court date. I don't care who graduate. I don't care who's sick. I don't care what it is. You come to court on this day because we having court on that day. If you don't make it, we're gonna lock you behind up. You're gonna be a bench warrant for your arrest because you did not come to court. And now this judge is saying that he'll try or attempt to make provision. To make provisions for you.
But he has turned it into another lie. He's turned it into another lie, saying that the man is denying him attending. But Raheem, I don't know anybody that I know that have been able to say, hey, I got a graduation to attend. I don't want to be in court today. Who does that?
Exactly.
Is all of this stuff right here plays into why this man cannot and should not be the president of this country. The presidency is a diplomatic position where you should be able to believe him, trust him, know that he is going to try to do the right thing. There ain't nobody perfect. This man outright do what he want to do, say what he want to say, and how does that work? How does that work in a public position like that? How can that be right? I don't get it.
I don't get it. And this young lady here says she's gonna run for president one day real soon in the near future. She's gonna run for president.
Yeah.
So maybe Toya with a T. Toya with a T says she's running for president. Be your president. I'm gonna ask her. Toya with a T. Good morning, young lady. How are you this morning?
Good morning. How y'all doing? I got 8 years to go. I'll be 55 in 8 years, and then I'm.
There you go. You'll run for president. Exactly. Now look at here. My thing is this right here. Toya, let me ask you the question. If you had all this stuff going against you, that 45 have going against him right now, would you be able to run for president of the United States? Or would you be in a situation to even run or attempt or a position where you could win with everything that he got going on right now? Falling asleep in court. The man said it. The man told you straight up and down. He said, listen, I could go down, and you from Brooklyn. He said, I could go down Times Square. 12 o'clock, as busy as it is, Times Square, 12 o'clock in the afternoon, shoot and kill somebody and won't nothing happen. He's telling you.
Why we do this? Stop. Born 20 years ago. Stop.
Huh?
Stop. I don't know why we do that. Now I
Mm,
get it, right? Everybody don't
mhm.
like Donald Trump.
Yeah.
But we do the same thing to people that we don't want done to us. Stop.
Mhm. Mhm.
Judge the people for who they are and keep it moving. Why we got to keep going back and forth talking about what he said 20 years ago? We know that. We know what he said 20 years ago, 30
Mhm.
years ago. I'm
Mhm.
not the same person that I am 30 years ago.
Toya,
And I got a
Toya,
different
no, no, no,
mindset
no,
30 years ago.
that wasn't 20
No,
years ago. That was when he was running for office. That was when he was running for office, about 4 or 5 years ago when he said that. He made that comment then. That wasn't 20 years ago.
that was 20 years ago, but I'll go back and look it up. I'll go back and
Yeah.
look it up. He was a young Trump when he
Mhm.
made that idiotic that idiotic comment about New
Mhm.
York. Now, this last time when he was running, I got to go back and research that because I don't remember that. I remember he
Mhm.
did it when he was young because he was
Mhm.
real young and cocky, right?
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
neither here nor there. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm still for Trump. I don't give a damn
Mhm.
what none of y'all say.
Hey, hey, hey,
Sorry.
hey, 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 hey. Mhm.
Sorry. I accept the
Mhm.
clown for who he is. Period.
Mhm.
Point blank. I
Mhm.
appreciate you for being honest. Period. Point blank. I'd rather roll with you. Now,
Mhm.
if I was a white male in America, I would absolutely be able to get away with the same thing.
Mm.
Yeah.
As Doma was able to get away with the same thing.
As a white male
Mhm.
in America, yes. No white female can get away with it. And sure ain't gonna be no any other kind of color getting away with it.
But Toya,
But when
I know a lot of white males that has committed murders and stuff like that and been incarcerated and imprisoned for committing murder. He's saying ain't nothing gonna happen, nothing will happen to him at all. This man is so cocky. He's telling the courts. The courts is telling him right now, don't do this, don't do this, don't talk about the trial. Like Sandra was just saying, don't do this. And he immediately, as soon as he walk out the courtroom, he's having a press conference. I would say a press conference. He's falling asleep in court. He's doing all kind of things. The man can't, now I don't care, whether like him or don't like him or whatever, how you feel about him. This man lie all the time to you. And how can I believe a liar?
they all lie.
That's
That
not.
cracker ain't no different than the rest of them.
Mm-hmm.
They built
Mm-hmm.
this country on a lie.
Mm-hmm.
They been liars and savages.
Mm-hmm.
So why is my expectation gonna be any different? And for the
Okay.
ones that got caught, you the one that got caught. We know it's a bunch of white folks walking around here that ain't got caught. That got black people in jail for crimes that they committed. White folks been lying.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Why am I supposed to think that he's supposed to be so different? Every
So
president been a liar. You can't
okay,
trust nobody that's in the presidency.
so what is it about Trump that appeals to you?
No, it's not about an appeal. I appreciate
Mm-hmm.
his honesty. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
you are who you are. You're being who you are. It's nothing I can do but respect that because that's what. Listen, you gonna like me of me, and
Mm-hmm.
I have a lot of ways that people do not originally respect or deal with, and they're from where they come from. But I'm still me, baby. So I
Mm-hmm.
respect the fact that he is being him. Okay. Now, traditionally, I'm with him from COVID time
Mm-hmm.
when he ran before. I don't want my
But see,
gun taken away. I've already expressed to y'all why
okay,
I would have
but see,
chosen
my thing is
him
this.
than who we had.
Even with the COVID situation, this is the same man to you, and this and I'm not gonna try to change your mind because everybody got their own opinion. You feel the way you feel, and that's your right. You definitely have the right to do that, and I appreciate the fact that you're expressing how you feel. I appreciate that. So I'm not here to change your mind. I'm here to tell you how I feel about what we're talking about. But my thing is, even with that COVID situation, this is the same man that say go out there and drink some Clorox and you'll be okay. Drink some Clorox.
Right.
You drink some
Mm-hmm.
Clorox, it's gonna kill you. It's gonna kill you dead.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna kill you. And you ain't got to worry about
No,
COVID no more.
no,
You're gonna
no,
be dead.
no, no, it's not. Not if you take a drop and put it in 8 ounces of water.
I'm not the one to try it. I'm not the
No,
one to
yeah,
try it.
don't. Again, listen. People been talking about drink Clorox just to clean your weed out your system.
Mm, mhm,
That's what
mhm,
we talk about on the streets. Again, I'm not gonna judge him for nothing that these other goofy folks do. I ain't gonna look at it no different just because it's him.
mhm,
And
mhm,
again, from when he was before COVID, when he ran, I expressed why I roll with him from only from a presidential aspect because I want
mhm.
my pistols too, right? But that was years ago. Neither here nor there. I'm only respecting the fact that this man is being honest. I
Wow.
don't want to be fooled no more. I
See,
don't
you're
I don't
saying
want to be
honest,
sitting up here. It's like a pastor, right?
but see,
And then
you're
you
saying
find out
honest. You say being honest, but he lied about so
He
much
being
though.
who he is. Let me say it like that then.
Okay,
It's not
okay.
about being honest. It's
Mm-hmm.
about the fact that he's being who he is despite
Mm,
of what it is, right? And just like how there's pastors and we listen and listen and listen, they preach, 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 and then we find out that they was having sex with little boys.
mm, mm,
You know what I'm saying? I
mm-hmm,
mean,
mm-hmm,
the people that are human, you can have an expectation, but it doesn't take away the fact of the people that they really are.
mm. Okay.
So
Hold right there.
again, because I know he an idiot, he came out like an idiot. He always been an idiot. He has not changed any of his idiot choices or decisions since he was a young guy.
Wow.
And
Wow.
and because of that, I respect that. The rest
Mm-hmm,
of these people, they are deceivers. They're not honest. They'll
mm,
say one thing and then go behind the door and then close another. You understand
mm-hmm,
what I'm saying? I'm just different. I respect your gangsters, sir. You let y'all have guns? Yeah, let me have mine too. Because the same way he feel that can't nobody do nothing to him, it's the same way I feel like can't nobody do nothing to me.
mm.
You
Okay.
understand what I'm saying? The fact, just the simple fact, I promise you, Raheem, no lie. When Donald Trump won, I couldn't believe it. And it was like, Lord,
Mm-hmm.
are you for real?
And
Like,
and
well,
and and
listen, I'm gonna tell you straight up. I said, listen, he said, God said to me, he said, well, listen, if that man could be president, you know you can too, right? And that's what it is. Gave me the same to be a thing. And if I don't do nothing else but shake up the system that's already there with righteousness, I'm cool with that. But him get into office,
mhm.
that's the idea that gave me to run for president. Because if they can accept him, it ain't gonna be no problem accepting me. I'm just saying.
So you think America would be better if he was president?
You said what?
Do
Do
you
I
think
think it would?
America? Do you think America would be better if he became president again?
Um, I don't. I think it would be better than it is now.
Mm,
I don't. Again, I don't think that of their goals are to make it better. And I'm just being honest.
mhm,
I don't think that's
mhm,
any of their goals. But I do think that from a citizen's aspect, the things that we believe in, a lot of us believe in, is talking about the right to bear arms, right? I'm talking about different things
mhm.
that we believe in as citizens that we don't want to have taken away. Let's talk about, at that time it was the mandatory mask and the mandatory shots. You're not going to force me to do anything. I don't care who you are. I don't care who
Mhm,
you are. And
mhm.
if
Wow.
you are Biden forcing me to take a shot for a virus, that's a problem for me. Just because you're the president, you don't run me. You don't get to force me or make me do anything. So again, I respect the fact that he say, "Hey, I get to go to graduation." He's a white man in America. That's what they do. Stop acting
Wow.
like we don't know what they do. They all do that, and he the only one being a clown, exposing everything. But behind closed doors, they all play with kids. They all play with boys. They all lie, and none of them really care about what we're gonna get as citizens. He's the only
Wow.
one that's just being an idiot about it. So
Wow.
again, at the end
Stay
of the
right there.
day, they're
Mhm.
not forcing me. As long as you're not trying to force me to do something against my will, talking about your presidency, I'm gonna have a big issue with you, because that's not a presidency; it's a dictatorship.
Wow. Wow. And I think he's pretty much walking into that dictatorship, man. He said he actually said that too. He wanted to be a dictator. So woo, that's a little deep right there. That's a little deep. Let me see. We got quite a few people that just came in. Leonard, good morning, sir. How you doing this morning?
Good morning, Raheem and the Morning Glow family.
How do you feel about 45, man? He said he told you he could go
I
down
don't
and
like him and I wish he would drop dead. Next.
well, that kind of sums it up, but it's not real good for talk radio. And so talk radio, we got to kind of have a conversation, sir. And so tell me some of the things that he's done, some of the antics that he's pulled, some of the cases that he have against him. Should he even be in a position where he can run for president of the United States of America? Should he even
No,
be
he
in that
should have been
position?
disqualified the first time.
Why you say?
Because I believe that anybody who has ever been charged with violating someone's civil rights the way he has should never hold public office.
Now hold on. Now, does Toya have a point when she say that's the way that some individuals that look a certain way conduct themselves?
I'm not sure. I heard maybe not quite 5 minutes what Toya was talking about, and I didn't care for any of that either.
Wow, that's her opinion, though, brother.
So I don't care.
Mm.
I don't care for her opinion on this matter.
That right, and he ain't got to.
Wow.
I mean, I don't understand why that would be such a big deal, because everybody does not have to agree.
Facts.
And so it is incumbent on people to make their choices. But when people make their choices, they choose who they are. So it's
Wow.
like it's like if you loved a man that, if you seem to always get in a relationship with a man that kicks your behind, my mother said you need to find out what it is about that ass whipping you love.
Hey. Well, y'all really way out Wednesday today, but y'all just throwing them dropping pot bombs.
Chaos loves chaos.
Yeah. So do you think he's qualified? Do you think he's actually? Why do you think he's not qualified? You know,
he is qualified because it doesn't take much to qualify to be president.
Okay.
As you see, you don't have to have much of an education at all. You can say whatever you want, be who you want, and if you can get enough fools to follow you, you can win. It's never been difficult to become president.
What do you think? What is the state that we're in right now, where you have half of the United States of America, about 50% of the United States of America is wanting to, or thinking about, or is going to vote for him? What does that say about us?
Well, it says exactly the truth. 50% of the people in America are still foolish idiots.
Wow.
They could care less about democracy. And one, I would really, how let me say, it would be the Jim Jones thing. I wish you just drank the Kool-Aid, so then we'd be rid of you.
Wow.
Because that's what's keeping America from becoming better. Is these attitudes that so many people support, but even Negroes.
Yeah, but see, a lot of people are saying, and I think Toya voiced it as well. And like I said, I love when somebody come on, and Toya, she's gonna tell you how she feel, and I love that when somebody come on to the broadcast, whether you agree with us or don't, it doesn't matter. I love having a dialogue, and I love when somebody can come with their honesty. And Toya did just that, and I definitely appreciate that. But a lot of people are saying that they do not want a politician. And Trump is not a politician. He's gonna show you exactly who he is, and this is what it is. He's gonna place himself before you, and you either accept him or you don't. What do you say about that?
It ain't nothing more than a crook, criminal, or any pimp would do. So it's not a big deal to me about that. Yeah. There are certain opinions that belong to people, and they can keep them. The best thing about America is everyone can vote. Everyone has a stake in the matter. We are in the situation we're in because of this type of opinion. We have where you can go and vote your opinion. Doesn't have to be intelligent. It doesn't have to help anyone, any of that. But until decent people show up in numbers, it's going to be difficult to win. And say, for instance, if I was following a person that did anything, wouldn't you believe that I supported that type of behavior?
Absolutely.
Wouldn't you believe I was that type of person?
Absolutely.
Okay, yeah, I don't break bread. I don't break bread with those folks.
Wow.
Because of that very issue. If I know you want to sit and you want to disenfranchise the people that I love and care about, you are my enemy. Everyone knows this about me. I do not. If I'm sitting at the table in the middle of a bite and I find out there's something about you I don't like, I leave.
Wow.
Because I refuse to go along with wickedness because it's popular.
Exactly. 508-924-3521, 508-924-3521. And the phone lines are open. However you feel, whether you love him, you hate him, you neutral on it, or whatever the case, call us. Let's have the dialogue. Let's have the conversation this morning. This is Way Out Wednesday, and we can talk about it today. We certainly can. Let me go to Brandy. Brandy, good morning, young lady. How you doing this morning? Kurt, coming to you next.
Good morning. How are
I
you?
am doing well. Sis, I'm asking about number 45. How do you feel about number 45? And the man said he said in a statement, I could go downtown New York City, Times Square, shoot somebody in the middle of the day, noontime, and won't nothing happen to me. Do you think he really believe? Do you think he really still believe that because of how he's conducting himself in these court trials and the judge is telling him don't do this and he's doing it, don't talk about this, he's talking about it, falling asleep in court and all kind of different things he's doing. Do you think that he is qualified? Do you think that he should, with all the stuff that's going on with him, still be able to run for the presidency of the United States of America? How do you feel about 45? You might love him. You might love him. He might be your dude.
Yeah, I'm the type of person. Again, I'm gonna always kind of stand outside of with thoughts, and I'm not a majority thinker. Yeah. And it's because I have the ability to take the meat and spit out the bones. Sure enough, his character is fleeing. Sure enough, he thinks he is above people. He's got a lot of that cockiness and arrogance to his.
Is he a narcissist? Is he a narcissist? Is he a narcissist?
I think so in some forms. Yes, I think so in some forms. And that's that thinking that he's above everybody, and nothing applies to him, but it's like when I say taking the meat and spitting out the bones, our economy and our nation really wasn't it was in the best shape that it could have been when he was in office, to be honest, because people were having more resources and more opportunities because he runs America like a business, because he's a businessman first and foremost before he's a president.
Brandon, can I ask you a question?
Which is why I'm like, okay, well, he knows how to run to make sure that we are okay as far as what we have access to.
Brandon, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this real quick. Let me ask you this. Yeah. Is those numbers that you're talking about, are they a result of something that he did, or was he riding on the tails of what Obama had already put in place? And
I will say he's riding on the tails of Obama. Yes, he was riding on the tails of what Obama did. I just know that I'm just looking at the aftermath, where I saw where more Americans had more money to do things with. They had more, opportunity. They had like the past couple years before, but now what I see, like with Biden in office, I'm questioning everything right now, because it's like, why is all this money going overseas? Why we're literally having a crisis in our own country right now. Credit card debt, I do the credit thing, so everybody is frantic right now. Don't know what to invest in. Credit card debt is through the roof. People are just really trying to scrape by and survive. Mortgage rates keep going up. We're almost at 8% mortgage. People are priced out of buying a house every single day. All the banks are buying up all the houses. Like, I can see it plain as as what we're headed for. And it just seems like to me, he had more opportunities for people, especially if you were trying to invest in something, or you're trying to be an investor, a business owner or something, because they're not raising wages. So you got to do something, Like I said, again, I don't think he's the holy grail, or like, oh yeah, he needs to be in president. But like I said, I just look at the comparison of how Americans were and when Biden's term and his term. Now, does that concern me about his arrogance of probably coming back and just being spiteful? Yeah, I do think that sometimes too, just to say, hey, you guys, you didn't vote me in, and let me show you something,
But see, even with that attitude and that mentality, is that the person that that's so petty? Like, I just say petty like that. Is that the person that you want to run the country, to have the nuclear?
No, you don't.
Is that the kind of person?
You don't want anybody childish. However, you do want opportunities for America. I don't see opportunity right now in this term.
Wow.
I see that we're being blocked in. I see everything's being taken. That you're not going to be able to own anything.
Okay, and see, my thing, one of the things that I found very interesting, and I'm pulling up my 3-minute tag, because I know a lot of people is real passionate about this, so I'm gonna make sure that everybody pretty much stay within that 3 minutes, because this is something, this is a conversation. But I was looking at Jimmy Kimmel one night, and Trump was actually on the show, And he was talking about how he's making America great again, and he gonna stop all the other countries from bringing all this stuff in America. Because China is robbing us, China is raping us, and all these different things. China has us up on the barrel, and we're gonna make sure that all the stuff. And he was saying, I'm gonna make sure everything is made in America again. I'm gonna make sure that everything is made in America. Blase, 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 like it used to be back in the good old days. That was his argument. Kimmel just looked at him, and he looked. I'm trying to pull up the clip. I'm gonna play it for y'all too. But Kimmel just
Yep.
looked.
We
Kimmel,
need all that.
huh?
We
Yeah.
need all that. We
Yes.
need stuff to be
But
made in America.
But
I'm with all that. That's another thing he
Toya,
said that I was with.
Toya, hold on, sis, hold on. I'm coming back to you, I promise. But my thing, let me make my point, because he was saying all this, he was making all these promises about what he's going to do. And Kimmel listened to him, let him say everything he was going to say, let him get it all out. And Kimmel say, no, is that one of your ties right there that you're wearing? He said, yes, it's one of my great ties. He pulled the tie off me and showed it to him and everything. And Kimmel said, let me see it. And he leaned over. Kimmel took it, turned it around, made it on Taiwan. And then it was something else. Kimmel said, well, look here, you got this other thing, blase, blase, blase. And I did some research on it. It's actually made in China. He said, so you saying that you're gonna do all these different things, and Kimmel, he has an arrogant way of saying things. I always had a little smug look on his face. He said, you saying all these things about what you're going to do and how you're gonna have all these companies to bring everything back to America, but your products are not made here in America either. And then he tried to say, well, it's an economic decision that he made. It's an economic decision that he made because of the fact that he could get cheaper labor over there than he can here in America. But hold on, you just did this whole spiel about how you can have everything coming back here to America and how you're going to do all this stuff and like you just said, Toya, it's a great idea, but he's not even practicing what he preached. His stuff is not made here in America. I find that very, very, very odd. Curtis, good. Oh, hold on, Toya. What's on your heart, Toya? Kurt, coming to you next, brother. Toya, you have something on your heart? Toya, you there? Okay. Kurt, talk to me, brother. What's on your heart? Good morning. How you doing this morning? Curtis, you there?
Yeah. Try to hit the mute button.
Okay. We talking about your favorite person, man, number 45. What's on your heart? Talk to me.
I don't even know why we address him.
Oh.
We address him as if he's Voldemort, man.
Mm-hmm.
The man whose name must not be said.
Wow. Mm-hmm.
Man, it's so much to unpack there. I can't do it in 3 minutes. All I'm gonna say is, man, folks better recognize the con.
Mm-hmm.
Folks better recognize the con.
Mm-hmm.
We talking about, okay, so I'm just going to unpack this one thing. Just the fact that there's folks that talk about him saying that he's going to bring things back to America. He put a tariff on China solely because of one reason. China would not allow for his daughter to sell her makeup and her apparel in China.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as they said yes to that, the tariff went away.
Wow.
Trump has taken everything that is Trump. Everything that is Trump. He has been making it on child labor, y'all. Stop. The monies that he gave you, he stole it from SNAP, Medicare, Medicaid, and Social Security. Do the math, y'all. Do the research. There was $1.5 billion taken from Social Security in 2017, 2018. There was $1.5 billion taken from Medicare, Medicaid in the same year. In that same year, there was a $3 billion tax cut given to the highest 1% of the American society and culture. So 1.5 and 1.5, I ain't no mathematician, but 1.5 and 1.5 equals what, Raheem?
That's 3.
That's 3, ain't it?
That's 3. Yeah, that's 3.
$3 billion cut.
Yeah, that's 3. Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's unpack some more stuff. But see, he's an avid movie watcher.
Mm-hmm.
avid movie watcher. How many people on this panel ever seen a movie called The Postman?
Hadn't seen
It didn't get a lot of it didn't get a lot of views, but it's a phenomenal movie. It's with Kevin Costner. The easiest way to destroy America is to make it so that people don't communicate no more.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you think he had his man come out, somebody who wasn't even qualified, ain't never worked for the United States Postal Services? Why do you think he was trying to have them remove all the blue boxes out of neighborhoods that people was relying on those blue boxes because a lot of them was elderly folk and they couldn't walk to the post office or they couldn't go to the post office? Why y'all think that? Why do y'all think he's so adamant about not allowing mail-in votes? Because whenever you have mail-in votes, what will happen is you have more people voting. Why? Because a lot of people don't vote because they can't take off to go and vote.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Also, let me just land the plane right here. Can we please get out of this mindset that the president writes legislation? He don't. If you take a president, if I make Raheem president today, if Raheem does not have a governing body in the legislature, he will not get nothing passed. Period.
Mm-hmm.
All he did was stole money from the coffers. I told y'all when he got elected, I said, look, Raheem, you can bring it up. I'm pretty sure you remember me saying this. I said, hey, y'all, I said, this is going to go down in history as the largest theft in world history. We ain't even seen the money come out yet. We have not even seen the money come out yet.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
People say businessman, and here's where I land the plane. Name one business that this dude was successful at. Name one. Name one.
Mm-hmm.
The man has 116 at counting as of now, and it might be more. The man has 116 LLCs.
Wow.
He has gone bankrupt in every single business that he has owned. Every one that he has started, every one that he has bought, has filed bankruptcy. Nothing he has owned has been successful. If you don't believe what I'm saying, look at what his mama said when she was alive.
30 seconds.
Look at what his daddy said when the daddy left the money.
Mm-hmm.
The daddy left the business to the brother, not to Trump. Trump killed, I ain't gonna say that. His brother died.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Stop, y'all. Don't drink the Kool-Aid.
Mm-hmm. Stay right there, Kurt. We gotta keep this thing moving. Let me go to we got the phone lines are blowing up right now. Let me see who else we got on the line here that I have not addressed yet.
Gail Bush.
Okay, let's go to Gail Bush. Good morning, young lady. How you doing this morning?
I'm doing just fine.
We talking
So
about
too.
we talking about one of your favorite people, number 45. I know you've been listening in for a minute.
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. What's on your heart? Talk to me. And good to have you with us this morning.
I'd like to just add to the conversation. Good morning to everyone, and definitely, I don't know. I'm trying to echo this. Can you hear me?
Yeah, everybody mute your line. We got some background noise coming from somebody's line. Everybody mute your line. If you just called in or whatever the case, but mute your lines because we got some background noise coming from somebody's line.
Okay, no, I'll make sure it's on my. Okay, I said good morning, everyone, and I'd just like to add to the conversation. Just actually about two things. One of which is I don't know sometimes if we realize Number one, God allows some things to happen for certain reasons. And let me say why I'm saying that. We have never, if there's one thing President Trump has brought to the table of America, it's conversation. What I mean by that is, I heard Oprah say one time, a lot of us did not know the qualifications to be president was as less as they are.
Mm-hmm.
So, saying that, he's qualified according to our country standards.
Yeah,
he was qualified to run. Okay. Those that were running against him at that time, the other Republicans, do what some of us do. They took for granted the fact of the way he was talking and the stuff he was saying he would never win. So they stepped out. So my thoughts on this is he opened up conversation we would have never had.
Yeah.
Was
Yeah.
China as a country doing us a great injustice? And other countries by us allowing, they wouldn't even allow our cars to be sold over there without this high tariffs, this high tax incentive. And so were we being done wrong there? Yes. He spoke a lot of truth with his lies, Trump. And if we can if we can somehow look behind some of the lies, we're going to see the truth that he brought to the table. Trump said, a whole lot of people in my position are doing just what I'm doing. Did anybody hear him say that?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
He is a white man. He is privileged. He also had money. And money always makes a difference. So he got away with some things because of who he was, because of his father, before who he came from, and the money that he had. But what I love about the whole Trump thing is conversation. Now, me as a middle-class American, I'm no better off today. I'm worse off today, I'm sorry, than what I was.
Mm-hmm.
During the Trump reign, I don't know where it came from or how it came about. I received all of my diabetic medications in the mail free. There used to be $1,000 deductible, but that all went away. So I don't know how it came about or why it came about.
Was that tied into Obamacare?
No, I don't have Obamacare.
Mm-hmm.
It was it was during the time Trump. Somebody during the time of Trump, we used to have where you fell into a gap, a hole.
Mm-hmm.
Your insurance, you would get so much medication, then you run into that gap hole,
mm-hmm.
and then when you run into that, you had to build up X amount of medical bills to get your help. Somehow during the reign of Trump, that got eliminated, so you didn't have that anymore. But I guess the main thing I'm trying to say this morning is, can we see the conversation? Trump going in there
30 seconds
and doing whatever he did caused a conversation that we need to have a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
Who can become president? What are the qualifications? Should somebody become president saying the things he said? All of those things, we allowed it to happen. We allowed it to happen as a country. Quickly, I know it's time out. How do we also allow it? By not going to our town meetings, by not coming in on the lower, the different things that we have to vote on the lower level. How do we allow it? By not speaking up soon. And, now it's. Is that my time?
Yeah. We keep everybody within the 3 minutes. Don't hang up. We're gonna come right back to you if you can't hang.
And I have to say with the first lady, I forget the lady out there. I'm not voting for Trump. But I have a respect for his honesty. He never lied to us. He told us he was a crook from the beginning.
Yeah. Hold on. So we got to move on to somebody else. But don't hang up. And one of the things about it, both of y'all from Brooklyn. So maybe it's a Brooklyn thing. Y'all love Trump. I don't know. Maybe it's a Brooklyn thing. But we're gonna keep this thing going.
No, I don't love him. I don't love him. I love him. He's been a crook. From the beginning he said what he was.
Okay.
And
Good deal.
Still put him in.
Good deal. Stay right there. We got to keep it moving. Ryan, good morning, sir. How are you doing this morning? Ryan, you there?
Yeah. Good morning.
Good morning. Talking about number 45, man. All the stuff that he's got going on, all the trials that he has going on right now. And you remember the man said that he could go in Times Square, the middle of the afternoon, 12 o'clock, and shoot somebody and would not nothing would happen to him? Does he still feel that way because of how he's conducting himself in the court trials that he have going on right now? How did the judge will tell him, gag water, don't say nothing. He'll step right outside the courtroom, man, and have a press conference. Talk about the very thing that the judge told him not to talk about. Now, if you or I, or somebody like you or I, was on trial, and we had and we was being tried, man, for something that quote unquote allegedly we did not do or whatever, but defending ourselves. We can't go to the judge and say, look here, man, I got a graduation on the 22nd. I can't be here. We can't do that. But 45 can. And then go back and say, well, look here, the judge is not, he said this and he won't let me go. The judge didn't tell him that. The judge said, we'll try to make some kind of adjustments. If we can, we'll try to make some kind of adjustment. He never said no. But how do you feel? How do you feel about this whole situation, man? Where are we right now? Are we in a better situation with Trump, or is it getting worse? I was gonna say something else. Is it getting worse? 3 minutes, brother.
So I don't think it's just specific to 45, because there's a lot of people out there today that have money and are in positions of power that look at the judge and say, "No, I'm doing what I'm finna do." Mm-hmm. Oh, you want to subpoena me? I'm not showing up. You want me to testify? Not happening. Happens almost daily now. It's kind of nerve-wracking, right? Even if it is just Trump.
Yeah, let's deal with right now. We're specifically talking about Trump, so let's deal with the situation with him. There may be a lot of other people that's doing it, but let's specifically stay where we are.
So, I guess we all need to get rich and get in positions of power so we can tell the judge what we think too. It's not following due process, right? It wouldn't happen for us common folk, that's for sure. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. As far as his standing, like, is that what you're asking? Is he in a better place than he was before?
No. Is America in a better situation up under him? If you would become president, would we be better?
I think the population seems to think so.
What you think?
Like I said before, I know that I wasn't broke, busted, disgusted. But, that comes down to conjecture, right? Mm-hmm. Everybody has something to say about it. In my bank account. So, it's, I don't know. I think that it's interesting this time around, watching the news on all different platforms, how their talking points have changed. Mm-hmm. Now it's no longer this full-blown assault. It's kind of laid back. They're not all in their feelings and upset as much anymore. It's kind of weird how things have changed. Mm-hmm. All of a sudden we might be better off. Things were better. They're starting to change their tune, and I'm starting to wonder why. Why are they changing their tune? Is it because their listening audience has changed their tune? Or what happened? What happened behind closed doors? I have more questions than I have answers. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Do you think
that's kind of where I'm at?
So you think people are favoring him more now?
Absolutely. Absolutely. The only thing now that comes across negatively is when he's out there and people are posting videos of him actually being a human being and treating people with respect and kindness. So now it's all of a sudden, you can't do that. You can't make him look like a human being, but it's weird. It's really weird, like, to watch people change. Mm-hmm. Yes, change is a good thing, right? People change all the time, but when it comes to media, they usually don't change. When they attack you and they go for you, they never stop. It's like a rabid dog.
But see, my thing is, let me see how much time you got left. I don't want to take too much of your time. Yo, you got 13 seconds. Go ahead. I'm gonna let you finish.
That's it. I'm good. I can wait.
Okay. And it's interesting to me hearing that part of it, because this is the same man that has all these felonies against him right now, man. This man he don't even have time to campaign because he's tied up in court because of some of the things that he did. This sex thing this a hush money situation that he did right now. It's it should be cut and dry. You got the evidence right there. It's right before you. Look at the evidence.
Can I use my 13 seconds to respond to that? I can fit it in.
Go ahead.
So I've stopped caring about these trials because they never go anywhere.
Wow.
And every time they think they got the bullet to end it all, this man pops up and he's got social media and letters from that person that they claim he hushed, saying that that's not what happened.
What was that money for? What did he pay all that money for? Because there's receipts. They have receipts of him actually paying that money, and it ties right back to him. So what was the money?
I can't tell you what he paid it for, but all I can tell you is that this person said that's not how this went down. So in any regular court case, if the person comes out that supposedly is the one filing the suit and says, no, that's not what really happened, that's a done deal. It's over with.
So that's what we're standing on right now. That she got all this money. She got all this money, this hush money. Now that she got the hush money, now because of the fact that she did get hush money, and now that she's hushed because she got the hush money, he's okay. Listen at that now.
That's what it's
I'm not saying that.
I'm just going by what you just said,
Yeah,
bro.
no.
She came back.
I know what you're saying, but and again, you want to say specifically on Trump, but hush money is part of every political person's bag. They all get it.
Wow. See, we got to move on. We got to keep moving. But my thing is right here. It's amazing how, and everybody got the right. I'm not here to give anybody their opinion. Everybody got their own opinion, and I'm not here to give it to them. But my thing is, it's amazing how, it's a lot of deflection going on when you hit this point. A person that really love and support Trump would, or any other politician, I'm not gonna just say Trump, any other politician would deflect it or try to deflect it to something else, to mean something else, or to take you in a different direction instead of staying exactly what we're talking about. Because he gave hush money. They got receipts. To have somebody can come back and say, well, anything you say after that, I think, and I could be totally wrong. I could be wrong, been wrong before, probably could be wrong many, many times before God called me home. Could be wrong again. But my thing is, that's a deflection to me. Instead of dealing with it, you deflecting and you try to make it ricochet off that to something else. We haven't dealt with the fact that he did pay that hush money, man. He did pay that hush money. He did. What's the situation behind it? How it all ties in together? I don't know all those details, but what I do know is he paid that hush money. Why? And why all of a sudden after she get the hush money now, or even if she did come back and counter what she said, was it because of the fact that she got the hush money? Cassandra, talk to me. What's on your heart? Hold on. Tucson, hold on. I hadn't touched Tucson yet. He's been listening in for a while. Tucson, good morning, sir. How you doing this morning?
I'm glad I'm a good listener. I think.
Talk to me, brother. Talk to me.
I don't know what to say. No. So here's what I got to say, because I'm listening.
Mm-hmm.
Finances is in this conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Where we are in life, whether we are prospering or not, it's in the talk. And what I think about is when you say I hate to say it, but I'm going to say it, the love of money is the root of all evil.
Mm-hmm.
We just head into an evil place, because if it helps our finances, we're going for it. Makes it better. If it makes you better, you can get your house and your car, and your children can go to college. You'll make a deal with the devil.
Mm.
That's just me.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not saying he's a devil. That's not my call. That would be a little bit too much, but I know one thing: he's a nut.
Wow.
To me, some people say he's a wise man.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody that would allow themselves to get to the point that they feel like they do more than Jesus, I kind of stray away from them.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care what they say. I don't care how much they help the economy. I don't care how much what they talk about. I get away from them because I wait for the hole to open up in the ground. I just don't want to be too close to the hole.
Wow.
Babylon has fallen,
Wow.
and it's called America. I'm not saying that America is Babylon, because that's a matter of interpretation. But I know one thing: while we worrying about president, we better be considering when America one day gonna reap what they sow.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And the instrument may be in who you like all of a sudden. Because Nebuchadnezzar did the same thing, made Babylon great again. He's still under his palace. Before you know it, I'm waiting for him to eat grass like an ox.
Wow.
Some of us that's celebrating, we go right ahead and concentrate on just the president when our kids don't know whether they're a boy or girl.
Wow. Wow.
Go ahead. I mean, go ahead. Just go ahead and celebrate.
30 seconds.
And it's coming. We might as well get ready for it. You can fight it. But you think it was 74 million people? I'm looking for about 90 this time.
Wow. Wow.
It is what it is. But I ain't gonna panic because I don't let that dictate my life. I don't care who president is. It's kind of like this, and I'll lead it though. It's kind of like arguing about who's gonna be the slave master.
Exactly. Wow. Cassandra?
Yeah, first, let me make this clear, and this can be you can go ahead and research this. Stormy Daniels just a couple of weeks ago said she's looking forward to testifying against Trump. So she has not recanted anything. She stood on what she said, and she said Cohen, who is the very attorney that was used to do everything, has said the same thing. Now, we like to say, oh, he's just doing that because he got caught. No, he is trying to tell the truth, and people don't want to hear the truth. Now, who knows better what happened than the woman that he screwed? That's first of all, and she got paid for screwing him, or the attorney who he used to try to quiet the woman who he screwed, who is telling the truth. Next thing, when Trump was in office, and I'm gonna call his name, when Trump was in office, we were in a pandemic. See, I just like people to use common sense. You don't have to even be super intelligent. Let's just use common sense. When you come out of a world pandemic, your economy is going to suffer greatly. There is going to be great loss as you try to recover from a world pandemic, not a U.S. pandemic, a world pandemic. So I don't, and I ain't the sharpest tool in the shed. Just common sense would tell me that there is going to be years of struggle trying to get back to normal. No time in history has there ever been a pandemic and people just bounce right back and their economy bounce back. Not after 4 years, sometimes not after 8 years. So I don't quite get how people are figuring that there should be in a good position when we just came out of a major pandemic. How does that work? Economically, how does that work? Just study that yourself. It does not happen and it will not happen. This man, Biden, came into a post-pandemic situation. So everything that he's been doing has been trying to get us back to where we need to be, or at least get us on the road there. So, which makes sense. If you think about it, it's going to take time. Okay, now, everybody talking about my thing is, I'm a senior. I'll be 65 soon. I'm a Black woman. I'm not middle class. I'm considered poor on the seventh day. I would not be alive was it not for the type of health care that we have. There is a push by your boy Trump and the Republicans to cut my Social Security, to cut my food stamps, which I get because I have to have that in order to be able to eat. I know some of y'all middle class, y'all upper class, y'all got it together. God bless you. But there are those of us that are not in that position. So the things that would help me at 65 to make it, I need those things.
Yeah.
And the other party, Trump and his group, everything that has to do with billionaires and billionaires, they are cut. Their taxes are cut. Everything is cut. How do you let a billionaire get away with paying little to no taxes? I'm talking major corporations. How does that work? And your poor are struggling. Man, y'all, man, whatever.
Good deal. Leonard, talk to me, brother.
Well, there's not much a whole lot to talk about. Like I say, I don't consume this vomit.
Wow.
And these ridiculous reasons for advocating for the devil. I don't do it in jest. I don't do it. What is the saying? How does the saying go? Let me play the devil's advocate. I don't even play like that. Because there's too many lives in the balance.
Yeah.
Especially for some of you who come from, you talk about your culture and this black skin you wearing, and you ain't got enough sense to see through a wicked white man's lies. Miss me with all your unity. We need to unify around righteousness, not wickedness. It is quite evident that Donald Trump does not do anything for the benefit of anyone but himself.
Wow.
This is not the type of person you want ruling a democracy, or else you got 6 months left on your democracy. So you can say, use all these ridiculous lies and repeating these ridiculous lies you've heard, and they'll still just be lies. I can tell a person that actually reads and studies the word of God from people who just repeat what they heard their preacher say. Some of y'all need to get a grip on yourselves, because when your kids are out here in these streets hungry, killing, robbing, and raping, and doing what they want to do because they see that that's okay. Is that okay? Well, the president do it, so I'm gonna do it. Monkey see, monkey do. And a lot of you sound like a bunch of monkeys today.
Wow.
So keep swinging from them limbs and get on that Trump train if you want to. Ain't no more track left. So if you keep advocating for the devil and his wickedness just because it's popular, how much better are you than the devil himself? That means you just waiting to do that type of thing. That means you can't be trusted in no office, nowhere. Because look at what you support. And you Negroes, please. Please. Massa is great. He only beat us on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. Everybody else say he a bad man, but he good to me. Yeah, I know he raped my kids, but he pay my bills. That's what you sound like. You're worshiping a devil doing devilish things, and you're trying to put some type of righteousness on it. How does that make sense to anyone? Decent people, y'all go to the polls and outvote these wicked, confused people in America that are ready to give up democracy for their own selfish opinions of things. There are some people voting for Trump simply because they know Trump will oppress black, brown people. And that's why they're supporting him, because he supports white supremacy. So what type of Negro goes in and vote for a man that supports white supremacy? Hang him high.
Wow.
Because he's not for us or our people or people like us. I can work with anybody that's rational, that's working for the common good. But this man is not for the common good.
Good deal. Stay right there, Leonard. We got to keep it moving. Toya with a T. Talk to me, sis. What's on your heart?
Yeah, I'll be the only monkey on the line. Don't none of that offend me, because that's how I feel. I said what I said, and I feel how I feel. Don't make no difference about it. But yo, let's just talk about what we just said. When during his reign, regardless of what, I'm looking at things for what they are. I'm not. Come on, man, stop. None of them mean no good for us. Ain't none of them for us. During the pandemic, y'all know it was a pandemic in 1918, and nowhere did no stimulus, nothing go out. America crumbled. If it was during the pandemic, of course, then those are different circumstances. But I promise you, when I think about it, nobody else probably would have got us no money. But I mean, I'm just looking at it from a presidential aspect. And for that, between what Cassandra and Leonard just said, I'm taking it personally as people talking to me. I feel disrespected just for an opinion. And it feels like just like when we talk about Jesus and God. I can't have an opinion now. I ain't got to have no sense. Now I ain't got no common sense, right? But that's your opinion. And I don't think because you feel differently about someone the way I do that now, you don't have common sense now. I used to hate when my dad used to do that. That don't make common sense. You ain't got no common sense because you do this, that, and the third. And it's the same way when it comes to viewing people. Hey, I just said what I said. It ain't got nothing to do with common sense. And when I express to you why I feel this way about this person, you disregard any kind of sense that it makes on what I just said. For instance, I'm with him with saying we need to start making things in America.
Mm-hmm.
From a business aspect, because I just got a master's in business, we don't produce anything. We don't produce anything anymore. We were leading countries because we produced and manufactured a lot of things here at home, and we don't know more, thanks to the Clinton era. And I love Clinton, but the choices and decisions that he made when it comes to America were not the best ones for us. So, because he was a president who spoke, now I don't agree with how a lot of people feel about immigrants. Oh, they come in here, they taking our jobs. They gonna take up everything. They come, they're cheaters, they rippers, they're robbers. Oh my gosh. What? I'm blown away by some of the feelings and opinions that I hear about people about immigrants, as if we don't know reality. But I eat it because that's how you feel. I get it. But I'm also committed to understanding that people are living in places that are not as good as it is here. And they're trying to get here any way they can to survive and live. Kind of like the same struggle we had to go through, even though we were brought here. I'm just talking about the facts at hand. We had money during the pandemic. We out of the pandemic. Now we don't. I'm struggling. I'm drowning. I can't do anything anymore. We know all these presidents before them ain't never gave a crap. They all lied. They all steal. They all cheat. We know the game. I'm not going to single this one person out. What I am saying, statistically, I can't predict the future on if he do be president, what he going to do. I can't tell you that. Stop playing with me. But what I can say was when he was president and there was a pandemic, we did have money, right? There was a multitude of things going on. But now outside of the pandemic, bro, I can't even breathe, man. I can't even afford my own job. And I just got a master's, bro. What you mean?
Wow.
What you mean? What you expect me to feel when I just went through this ride? I know what reality is, but I know what's going on. So because I'm an individual that I don't judge you by your actions, I'm gonna judge you by the situation at hand.
Okay.
There was
a lot. Go ahead. Finish your thought. Toya. 3 minutes is up. Finish your thought.
You good? We good. Go ahead.
No. No. You was about to say something. Finish your thought. Toya. Okay. Well, my thing is, this pandemic situation is a lot tied into that too. Because I ain't even gonna go there because that's gonna take us in another direction. Brandy, what's on your heart? Talk to me. 3 minutes, sis. Brandy. Okay. Brandon may be away for a second. I think we have Ibrahim. Ibrahim, good morning, sir. How are you doing this morning?
Oh, good morning.
We're talking about number 45, man. Is he good, bad? Is it a good situation that he's in right now with all these trials and cases against him? What's on your heart? How do you feel about it? 3 minutes.
I think that, okay, yeah, I think that, you know, well, I come to the conclusion of that we wasted too much time on our feelings. We wasted too much time on how we think, we think, and don't deal with our face reality. Because you judge a person, you have to judge people. I mean, that's almost ludicrous to think that we don't judge people.
Mm-hmm.
You have to judge people, your own safety, security, survival, and what's next. You have to look at the past and the present to predict the future or what you're going to do tomorrow. You know, all that comes before you even come up with an idea and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that a lot of times, and I've noticed in the last 30 years that we're based on such misinformation and people's opinions and feelings rather than what actually happened. You know, the actual fact that we were that we were so hyper during the Clinton administration, we were so hyper during the Bush administration, and you remember these different groups that came out. I can't remember names right now. That was so against anything that anybody else had did or did before and wanted to do something different and cause chaos. And now we're suffering from the product of chaos. I know a lot of things that was done previously had a lot of things that people asked for. Like they talk about the 1919 pandemic, right? Which is a real thing. More soldiers died in World War I for influenza and all these kind of things. And they had to get inoculations. Inoculations was started as far back as the 1700s. I was just looking at a thing where a black man had suggested inoculations to kill a certain virus or disease that happened back in the 1600s. So, you know, I think that we con so much into it. We want to bring so much mysticism into things, but that's looking at the reality of it. And it just drives me crazy every time you go to a show. People are saying things or repeating things that the very enemies are saying and trying to convince them of that they don't have any standing up evidence for. Right now we're seeing, you know, this trial in the Senate supposed to be coming up against a secretary, you know, in the president's cabinet. And it's ludicrous, you know, that one person, and we always try to put it on one person to have this power to do X, Y, do nothing, you know, which goes against the grain of knowledge of intelligence, right? I don't like using the word common sense, right? But just using what plain sense, what makes sense, and what doesn't make sense. We don't even have no standards for ourselves or people around us anymore. We don't have a standard, but we'll beg for certain standards if something affect us. But then with standards applied against us, we want to holler and scream. So I think the time that a lot, you know, I
30
think that
seconds.
what we're experiencing, what I noticed for myself in the last couple of years, the cup overflows.
Mm-hmm.
You overflow so much that you can't absorb anything.
So Ibrahim, are you for or against Trump?
Well, you know, I'm against the idea of Trump
Mm-hmm.
and what Trump stands for.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Trump is nothing but another entertainer, a clown. You know, like Byron said last time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, everything I have is based on fact and knowledge, right? Did that happen in on January 6th? Yes, it did. There were more things brought out what happened. There were more.
Got to keep it moving, brother. Got to keep it moving. Hold on, stay right there. We'll circle back around to you. Leonard, what's on your heart, brother? Talk to me. Hold on. We got Annie from Mississippi. She's been holding on for a minute as well. Annie, good morning, young lady. How you doing this morning?
Good morning, everyone. I was wondering was you going to call me?
Of
call
course,
my
of
name.
course.
I'm like, am I invisible this morning?
I love Annie from Mississippi.
Oh Lord, now you got a cheerleading squad too. God almighty. Now you got a cheerleading squad. Annie, what's on your heart? How do you feel about 45? Is it good, bad? Are we in a better situation if he become president? What do you really feel about this thing?
Right here, you ain't even gonna ask me that question. You know I don't care for no Donald Trump. Let me tell you something. This man put us in such a horrible position. January 6th for me, that was the icing on the cake. When this man declared that these people go down there and do what they done because he did not want to see this, you know, the man, the new president, you know, step up. When he done what he done, and even tried to have his own vice president hung. Nancy Pelosi, where are you at? Everybody hiding behind a desk. That done it for me. This man don't deserve to be on the ballot. This criminal, let's call it what it is, a criminal, crimes he's committing daily court, every other day he's in court, doing everything he can to keep the court cases until after November because he thinks he's going to win, which he's not going to win. His own people don't care for him no more. He done lost half of the people. I think truly it's not even about winning. I think it's about getting money for all those lawsuits. But he don't deserve to sit in the Oval Office after what he's done, him and his cohorts done on January 6th. People died there. People died there. But nobody want to talk about that. You can't ignore the fact. You can't ignore, facts. Had this been anybody else, especially Barack Obama, that had done what this man done, he wouldn't even be allowed even near a ballot. But because of people believe in Donald Trump, and he's a very good manipulator, he know people will believe anything he put out there. Last week he sold Bibles last week. Do anything he can for the money, and they fall for it. He don't deserve to be even on the ballot, like I say. Why is he even on the ballot? All these different crimes he got against him, all these different stuff. I mean, he's not a good leader. You can't lead. He's not able to lead. He ain't fit to lead. Let's put it out there. He's not fit to lead this country. And the code, how he had those different codes and everything, and had this whole country up in an uproar. He had all this secret things, and he's so childish. He'll give them away. He'll do anything to have his way because that's who he is. He's a child. He gets the mind of a child. If you won't let me be president, I'll do this right here. I'll do this right here. He don't care who he hurts. And this man is not, let me say it one more time, fit to be in office.
Wow. 508-924-3521. 508-924-3521. How do you feel about that? Do you think he's fit? Do you think he's qualified? Do you think all this other stuff, like he said, do you think it's just a witch hunt? Now, all these cases that they say and all this evidence that they have against him, it's just a witch hunt. It's just them Democrats trying to derail his candidacy for the presidency of the United States of America. Is it just a witch hunt? Curtis, is this just a witch hunt, man? Is that what we're up against right now?
That's a good strategic move. If you're trying to win a case in the public. See, what they plan on, y'all, this is just my opinion. What they plan on is, some of us are old enough to remember this phrase that I'm about to say. How many of us remember the phrase back in the day, we gonna stick it to the man?
Yeah.
So they plan on the fact that there's a large number of folks that remember that phrase. We're going to stick it to the man because the man been sticking it to us. So they plan on that whole mindset because in the eyes of those who support him, he's sticking it to the man. The crazy thing is, he's sticking it to the man all the while trying to become the man. So that's a walking contradiction right there. Right? Then I keep hearing this pandemic thing, right? And let me tell you what really, I don't want to say sealed the deal for me because I never was with him anyway. But what really made me see truly how mean-spirited, narcissistic, and selfish this man was. He didn't think Bob Woodward was going to release that tape. A tape that he authorized Bob Woodward to record. So it ain't like he was recorded secretly. I've seen some things that said that Bob Woodward recorded him secretly and he didn't know nothing about it, and he was making these off the record comments and this, that, and that is the biggest lie told since Jesus Christ was a white man.
Mm-hmm.
All right. He knew, we talking about Donald Trump, the most litigious person probably in American society, right? He knew that Bob Woodward was recording him, because if Bob Woodward did not tell him he was recording, y'all telling me Trump wouldn't have sued him? I ain't buying that. All right. But what really hurt me to the core of my heart,
30 seconds,
is I thought about all the people that died. And I keep hearing him tell Bob Woodward, oh yeah, I knew that it was going to be a catastrophe. I knew that a bunch of people was going to die. But then I hear him standing in front of several news outlets, press conference, saying that it would all be over by April.
Wow. Stay right there. Brent. Here you go. Mr. Butler right there. Let's go to Cassandra. Cassandra, what's on your heart?
Yeah, I'm very passionate about things that I stand for, so it can be described any way. Oh, yes, and it can be described any way people like. I don't really care and have no concern for it. But what just bothers me is that you say you want truth, some kind of truth. I would hope that the President of the United States has some type of integrity, some type of ethics, some type of morals. You have a man that has none of the above, and people are following him. The Bible talks about even the very elect being deceived, right? It is amazing to me how many of the very elect of God has been deceived by a man that has said already, he ain't even back in there yet, has said already that when he gets back in there, he's going to be a dictator, even for a day, and he is going to seek revenge. What human being wants that type of a personality to be sitting in the Oval Office?
Yes. Yeah.
This man has a ability, being in the Oval Office, to make decisions that could cause all of us our lives by playing with these people like Putin and what's the one over there in Korea and calling names. That's a kid.
Yeah,
what grown man does that? And he is a politician. He may be a businessman, but he is a politician, because a politician is a person that is in or is trying to get into a political office. So how was he not a politician? The minute he said he was running, he became a politician.
Yes.
So let's just clear. It's simple things that we can clear up and put them to the side immediately. Come on now. Come on. You can read this stuff. He's a politician. Look up the word for politician, the meaning for it, the meaning. Look at the definition.
Yeah.
So this man offers nothing that would make me say, oh, maybe he has a chance, or maybe he'll change and become a better man, or not be a liar, or not be vengeful.
Wow.
The word of God said, vengeance is mine. God said, vengeance is his. Who are you to be taken out and admitting that you would take revenge on people that did not stand with you? What president says, hey, my vice president, even the vice president says he would not vote for him. All of the people that left his cabinet because of his behavior said that it would be a dangerous thing for this man. These are people that are with him. These are people that were in office. They were in the cabinet with him. He did not fire many of these people. They quit.
Yeah.
Because of his behaviors. Come on, y'all. Come on.
Mm-hmm.
Come on. These people are with him.
Wow. Wow. 508-924-3521. 508-924-3521. You're listening to DKM Media Group and Associates, and this is the Morning Glow. We're here every day, Monday through Friday, from 7 o'clock until 10 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Continue to watch. Please support, share, and share the broadcast again. Let's go to our Ryan. What's on your heart, brother?
Well, she said the revenge part, and that called to my recollection our current vice president using those exact words. Anybody that voted for Trump, we're coming for you, and we will not stop until we get you. So, again, it's a cyclical, sick thing that happens in politics. We point the finger at one person, but the other person can get away with it. What if I came on here, as much as I love y'all, and said that if you didn't support my right to vote for Trump, then you ain't black? Or I made comments that made you sound ignorant as hell, that you couldn't get on the internet or get a driver's license yourself. So you need my help. Y'all be mad and all get out. I wouldn't even be welcome back here no more. That's what I'm saying, though. Like, it happens on both sides. Both sides is the devil. You can't pick one and not the other, because what the TV don't tell you is they shaking hands behind the scenes. We're gonna stir up all this chaos, make it look like we hate each other, and then behind the scenes we shaking hands, making backwards deals, so all of us can get rich while they fail. That's what politicians do.
Is Trump a politician?
He's not a politician per se, other than the position that he's going for. The people that elected him the first time around didn't elect him to become the next Nancy Pelosi and be there for 100 years.
But let me ask you this question, Ryan. Should a politician should a politician make fun of handicapped people?
No, absolutely not. No politician should target anybody at all, period. That's not their place.
But he did that.
He did that. Just like certain individuals targeted people for the color of their skin and passed bills to help lock them up.
You see what just happened when I say about deflecting. We talking about.
It's not a deflection, brother. That's saying that would be like you targeting me.
We're talking about a specific thing, though, and ask you a specific question. Should a politician make fun or make mockery of a handicap?
And I answered that question directly.
You did,
and I followed up with something else.
No, brother. Some people listening in will say that there was a deflection because of the fact that I said that we're gonna deflect it off of what I just said and take you over to this point right here instead of staying right there where we are. I say, and Ryan, everybody got their opinion, brother. Nothing against you. You know, you're my brother. I love you dearly, and that's just what it is. But my thing is this right here. If we're gonna stay on a point, we have to stay on a point because, and we all do it. On some of yours. Go ahead, brother.
I wasn't saying nothing. You was talking.
Yeah, that's what I say. I'm gonna let you talk some more because I did talk during some of your time. So I'm giving you some more time back to make up for the time.
It's good. I mean, listen. The fact of the matter is, ain't all of us going to agree. We got our own opinions. You call it deflection. I call it follow up. I call it you can't, that's like the pot calling the kettle. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's how I look at it, because it applies to everyone that holds a position,
Mm-hmm.
especially these long timers. Got people sitting up in here getting fat off of insider stock trades while everybody getting broke. And they've been doing it forever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, the target of the people's ire should be these folks been sitting in here for decades.
Mm-hmm.
Don't care about nobody but they self.
Mm-hmm.
We're the ones getting screwed, all of us.
Wow.
The screwing is not a respecter of persons at this point.
Wow. 508-924-3521. I'm loving this conversation, man. I'm loving the fact that, like I always say, man, I love the fact that we have the dialogue. We talk about it, man. This is something that you're not gonna have on any one of your networks. I don't care which one it is. You're gonna have, it's gonna be one-sided. You one side gonna talk for this person, other across town gonna talk with this person, and they're gonna stick on that. But like I said, we're open. We're open around here, man. We have people on both sides that feel the way that they feel, and we give everybody an opportunity to voice how they feel. We don't curve anybody's opinion or guide their opinion or their thoughts. We give them the freedom to speak as openly and honestly as they want to. That's why I love them. And that's why I love the Morning Glow, man. That's why I love DKM, because that's what we do. That's what we do. Cassandra, I think I heard you say something in the background.
Raheem, please talk to me.
Oh, yeah. I'll come right back to you right after Cassandra. Cassandra, what's on your heart?
Yeah, no, I don't know. I'm not gonna say anything right now. I love Ryan, and we all have a right to our opinion. Mine may be a little stronger than other people's, but we on here, we always say you can have your opinion.
Yeah.
I don't have to agree with it.
Yeah.
And I can say that I don't agree with it. We don't have a problem with that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just saying, if I don't agree with it, I don't agree with it. I don't care who says it. Raheem, anybody else on here.
Yeah.
If you say something, I say, and I've said it to Raheem. I don't agree with that.
Yeah.
So it's not about you not saying whatever it is you want to say. You can say whatever you want to say, but I can come back and say, I don't care what you said. I don't agree with you.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's okay. It's okay.
Exactly. Wow. That's good. Curtis, you wanted to say something, brother?
Yeah, Ryan, I love you, man.
Yes, sir. Speak up a little bit, Curtis. You're a little bit low.
I said, Ryan, man, I love you, man. But you have a certain level of common sense and morality that goes unmatched. But I just gotta say this. Brother, please stop. Because, and I say stop because it almost sounds like you're choosing the party over the people. It almost sounds like you're choosing immorality over morality, right? Because Raheem was actually right in what he was saying. It's called whataboutism. It's a deflection. So if somebody says something about that particular situation and you come back and say, well, what about this? And you're talking about another situation. What you just did was deflect from the question at hand, right? And all I'm saying is, hey, brother, with the level of common sense and working knowledge that you have, I know for a fact that you have had that conversation with yourself and has said, you know what? The things that I'm seeing in terms of this party is not representative of what I truly believe in my heart. I know that, brother. I can hear it in your voice when you talk. Why do I say that? Because we just brought up some issues that when you talked about the stock trade. The last time I looked, everybody that was on the Democratic side of the House either went to jail or was made to leave their seat, not allowed to sit there until the election, was made to leave their seat. But here it is. You didn't mention the Republicans that just got caught up. One of them was a representative of Georgia. He owned the basketball team. You didn't mention them. You said, what about, and you deflected it to the other party. But you didn't mention the same things that's going on in your party, right? I've been hearing and seeing things, not from you, but I've been hearing and seeing things where now Joe Biden is a pedophile. But they don't mention that this man just got ordered to pay $87 million to a lady for rape. I just saw, it's just now coming back to the news, Katie Johnson, the 13-year-old girl that he raped in Jeffrey Epstein's mansion in Manhattan. 13 years old. Some of us got kids and grandkids who are 13 years old, right? It's funny how that party will put that out, but they won't address Jeff Jordan, who knew that them boys were I know my time is up, Ryan, but please let me finish this.
Go ahead.
He was a wrestling coach. He knew that there was 2 coaches there that was raping the players, raping the wrestlers. He did nothing. The boy in Florida, they was flying in underage girls. His partner admitted it to the FBI. Yeah, I'm guilty, man. Please don't hit me with them 20 years. I'll take the 5. I'll tell y'all what y'all want to know. Gates, he was raping. All I'm saying, brother, is I know you have a level of morality and common sense that exceeds anything I can put into words, bro. Keep it where you are, bro. You a fair dude.
Good deal. Let's keep this thing going. Let me go to Toussaint. Let me go to Toussaint. Toussaint, what's on your heart, brother? Talk to me.
You know.
There
has to be something that causes mother against father and daughter against son. And if that happens, then sure enough, friends gonna fall out. Something got to happen. The word don't lie. I'm just saying. It's my party. I'm trying to change people's mind. I don't care what you do. Because your focus is jacked up already. If you count no man to rescue you. This country's going down. We got to.
Wow.
If you ever reap what you sow, if that's true, some people call it karma. If you ever get it coming, have it coming to you, don't you think that this country, one day, sooner or later, I don't know, you had your day. Remember when you did that dirt? Didn't it come up? I know I did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, we so excited about this election that they done already made the decisions. We can argue about it, fall out. I can hang up right now and never call again.
Mm-hmm.
It won't make a difference. The plan is already set. And the thing about it is, and it's just me, it's all about that dollar. And now we think we're going to be better because we might have $1 more. Some of you, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say some of you. Some people,
Lord.
they was broke during Obama with wishes that they was going to be by now a millionaire, and they broke during Trump, and they still broke during Biden. And when Trump get back in office, you still going to be broke.
Yeah.
You ain't had nothing, you ain't got nothing, and you ain't gonna get nothing. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
I'm apologizing. I'm not prophesying. I'm just looking at the trend.
Yeah.
There's a trend. Because, hey, You got to change your behavior, not nobody else.
Yeah.
I don't try to persuade folks. You do what you want. Vote for who you want to. How about let's vote for all the hoes and pimps? Let's get them in office. Let's do the drug dealers and one that's making up crystal meth. Put them in office. You ain't doing no better.
30 seconds.
Because there are people that's behind the scenes that's dictating all of this. And we fussing about who's gonna be the next president. Come on now.
Wow.
Take you 15 seconds and share.
What the world? What? What? Good Lord. What? What you say? What you say? Wait a minute, man. Dude, wait a minute. What you just say? Leonard, man.
What, Raheem? What?
What? Take your last 15 seconds. Okay, all right. Go ahead, go ahead, Leonard. What's on your heart, brother?
I'm just listening, and one, just to clear some things up. The reason why people get accused of deflecting, we're talking about Trump. We're not talking about everyone else. Everybody else is not running for president. We're talking about Trump. Why would a black person vote for a person who believes in discrimination in housing with the housing crisis that we have now? Why would you do that? This man didn't even want black folks living in his property, and he made it quite clear because they went to court on it. But you want him in charge of housing. Explain that.
Wow.
No one here can defend Trump. I've listened at you. That's how you get accused of deflecting. Everybody, it's never good versus good or evil versus evil. Where have you people been? That don't make sense. There's one side that is clearly for the majority of all of us, for all of our different situations. And then there's another side that is strictly interested in profit and gain at all cost, even the cost of this democracy.
Wow.
You have a person that was president that is definitely a traitor to the United States government. But you'd rather him? All I can say is the devil wasn't the only person kicked out. His little imps and all that went with him. Do you understand? So you can try to throw up all these, everybody this and we're not talking about everybody. The devil at hand right now is Trump, running for the highest executive office in this land to represent this nation to other countries on this earth. But you sitting here talking about, might as well go with the worst. Come on now, how does that make sense? That's like me starting a basketball team and just all my players is 5'6", the same height as me. What chance do we have of winning? So you just gonna go jump on the winners? You just gonna jump on the master side because he got the whip? Because that's how some of y'all did. That's why we don't trust you all now. Because you'll go along with what hurts all of us, the rest of us, believing that you special for some reason. All these people talking about what no money, this, that, and the other. People make more now than they've ever made before. You doubt it? Look it up. A kid in high school right now can go get a job paying $16 an hour.
Yeah. Yeah.
Living with his parents. You know what I work for? $3.35.
That was mine.
Come on now.
Yep.
Stop. There are too many intelligent people. There are too many intelligent people for some of you to continue with these ridiculous lies. Use the evidence to your advantage.
Exactly.
That's all I'm asking people to do. I don't want to insult anyone. You insulting yourself by allowing that wickedness in you to override what you know is right.
Absolutely. Absolutely. 508-924-3521, 508-924-3521. And this is the time where I have to come to you and do the part of the broadcast I don't like doing it. Y'all know I don't like doing it. But if you want to support DKM Media Group, if you want to support the Morning Glow, you could go to $DKM Radio. Cash App is $DKM Radio. Whatever you can give would definitely be appreciated. And the support is absolutely needed. So I wanted to say that to you. Ibrahim, what's on your heart, brother? 3 minutes. Ibrahim, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. What's on
Listening to Leonard and everybody, the only thing, to look at both sides of the story, right? And talking about Trump. No, I could not vote for Trump because of what he done. And the other thing is that how masterfully he controls the narrative. I had a lot of talk with Johnson and people that were running different organizations at the time about controlling the narrative. He says something, and then everybody says the same thing. A lot of people don't know that they're saying exactly what was given out to people to say. Come with this election, we have Russian interference, we have Chinese interference, and then one party say, well, this is that they're being interfered with, and but at the same time, I'm looking at the Democratic Party. The Democrats, as far as as far as I see today, not going back in the past, as far as I see today, it seems to be our best hope, and at the same time, it seems to be our worst nightmare. Not because a lot of things people say the innuendos put it together, but things I actually see. I see the war over in Israel, right? And I see what they're doing. So they've been doing since 1948. Some of that land doesn't even belong to them. They weren't given that land, even in 74, right? They've killed and taken people since 2014 up until October. Israel killed over 6,000 and wounded and injured over 60,000 Palestinians, and plus on top of that, has done other things, right? Taking land, allowing their people to run and just kill people at the same time, and blocking off the land that these people had all their lives, or if their family had for thousands of years. If you want to hear that, and that 10%, or I think it's 10 or 20% of Palestinians are Christians in Jerusalem and those areas that were supposed to be that Trump allowed people to go into that area. But at the same time, look at who we supported. And now we're being dragged to a bigger war. So we talk about what's happening here. Here it's tough, but it's not as bad as it used to be when I was coming up. Nowhere near. You're talking about $3. How about $1 now? How about $5 a day for being out of field crop in the back? From sun up to sundown. $5 a day. That don't even quite like 25, 50 cents an hour, something like that. You see what I'm saying? 12 hours in a dang field for $5, right? And that was good money. We don't talk about the cost of living a lot of times when we talk about this. What a loaf of bread cost or a crate of eggs cost in 1965, when I became adult, 1970 era. You know what I'm saying? So if we put everything in consideration, then we see that we have a problem. Now, not to vote, it's just a travel adjustment. But we forget it's not only the vote, it's for right now. We should be looking at 2024 and developing people that represent us. This is what Malcolm X said in '63. That represent us and not allowing things like religion to get in our way that we cannot unite. Always been that fact. That the main thing is that we should look what's for me, what's for my neighbor, what's for the other guy. What we can all get out of this, right? Because there's, people are mean. You want to hear some horror stories about? We try to look at people as being gods, and they are just plain, ordinary men and women.
Absolutely.
They have their own same thing. What they do is more important a lot of times than what they have done.
Good deal. Good deal. Cassandra, let's talk, Cassandra. Talk to me. Way Out Wednesday. Let's talk. Let's have a conversation.
Yeah, no, I once again, everyone has a right to their opinion. I just don't get it. I know that the Bible says that there would come a time when people would call wrong right and right wrong,
Yes.
or just be dismissive of people's behavior. But when it comes to, guys, we're talking about someone that not only would be leading this country, but would be representing this country, as someone said, to people around the world. Someone that has no filter.
Mm-hmm.
An intelligent man at least knows how to bridle his tongue. He
Yeah.
knows how to, you know what I'm saying? Okay, that might not be a good thing to say to the president of China,
Yeah.
or to the Iranian diplomat. When you have no filter, it's not, I think people really don't understand that it's not about him saying what he wants to say. You are taking the lives of millions of people into your hand when
Yeah.
you have no filter. An intelligent man knows not to say certain things because words have caused wars.
Mm-hmm.
It's from people talking that have caused wars. And you want somebody in there that has no filter?
Mm.
He does not know how to control himself. He does not know how to shut his mouth. He says what he want to say. He just, he's just that kind of person. He just say, no, that's not what a diplomat does.
No.
You're trying to build relationships or smooth out problems between people. How is it that you gonna say whatever you want to say? No, you try to fit the conversation to we say de-escalate a situation, not escalate it. This man is dangerous because he does not know the word de-escalate. All he knows is send them out there, put my words out there. I'm gonna threaten everybody. Everybody gonna do what I say. I don't care. You gonna have a problem if you don't do what I say, right or wrong. That's why one of the generals that quit in his cabinet said that he could not serve under somebody that would not listen to those that know. You don't know everything. You've never been in a war. You ain't never even served in the military. How is it that you're going to tell military people how things should be done? That's why you have a cabinet. That's why you have people around you. He did not listen to any of the people that he put in office that he said, I pick the best of the best.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But they all walked away from you. What does that say?
Wow.
Come on now.
Cassandra, wasn't there a time where he actually partnered with Putin over his own CIA?
Man, yeah, he did. And see, it's stuff like that. I just don't get it. Whether you like the CIA or not, if you're the president of the United States, you do not go along with I'm gonna say something. You do not go along with a dictator against your own people. Are you stupid?
Say it.
I'm done. I'm done.
I was good. And look, and I was just about to go to Leonard, but I wouldn't dare not right now. No. I was coming to you. You was hold on.
That's why I unmuted myself.
I was coming to you next, Leonard, but not right now, brother.
Okay, just go somebody else and come back later. Then just go.
Exactly. Curtis, talk to me. Yeah, talk to me.
Yeah, let me ask you a question, man. Because both you and I, and there's probably several people on this line right now who actually had dogs in the fight.
Yeah.
And you still got a dog in the fight.
Yeah.
I'll tell you another very disheartening situation that really, really, man, I want to reach through the phone and just choke all the life out, dude. How many of y'all remember when General Kelly, every year
you talking about R. Kelly?
They go and they lay
You talking about R. Kelly, Mr. Bumping Grind?
Huh?
You talking about R. Kelly, Mr. Bumping Grind? Go ahead. I'm just being silly, man. Way out Wednesday.
No.
Go ahead, brother.
Oh no.
Go ahead. Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
If y'all remember, there was a general that was I want to say he was chief of staff. His name was General Kelly. General Kelly is highly decorated. Like highly decorated. Like this dude been in Vietnam like 4 times.
Mm-hmm.
Highly decorated. Him and Kelly had went to the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. Now the president go to the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier every year for Memorial Day and lay a wreath.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel, Raheem, knowing that you have a dog in that fight? At the time, I had a dog in the fight. When he looks at Kelly, Kelly done lost his son in war in Afghanistan, Iraq.
I know where you're going. Mm-hmm.
And he says, I don't understand why they were so stupid. They didn't get nothing out of this.
Wow.
And it lines up with what Cassandra is right. His political views as well, but it's certain things that you just can't say as the president.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're supposed to be a representative of every single citizen that rests on your shores.
Yeah.
You can't be president just for these people and not president for these people.
Mm-hmm.
This guy that we're talking about became president and only gave aid to those states that supported him. If you didn't support him and you had and there was a national disaster, there was a halt on your aid.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of human being we talking about, y'all?
Mm-hmm.
This man, and I respect Brother Ibrahim, him. We have him call on a regular basis all of the Vietnam vets because they taught us how to fight. Let's just keep it real. They actually taught us how to fight. But bro, I even wonder how Ibrahim felt when he said that, like internally, not from the policy perspective, but just internally, like, hold on, y'all sent me over there. I ain't throw a rock.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't smack these people in the head.
Yeah.
I didn't take from them. Y'all did that. Y'all sent me over there, and now this dude gonna tell me I'm stupid? I wonder, how did you feel when you heard that, Ryan?
Outside of disrespected. Outside
of disrespect. I told you was disrespect.
Yeah, outside of disrespect, and I'm gonna leave it right there. Outside of disrespected, there's a whole list.
Raheem.
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. Can I just? I'm gonna say this real fast. How is it that this person that says America first, him nor any member of his family has ever served in the military? They all found ways to get out of service. All of the Trump men, none of them have ever served. How are you the advocate for America first? Help me with that, because our first line of defense is our military. Mm-hmm. Hello, somebody.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
I'm just saying.
Ryan,
not one.
Okay. Ryan, do you want to address that, brother? Or anything that's on your heart?
Say that again. I'm sorry.
She said, "How could an individual say America first, but none of the people that's attached to him or tied in with him has ever served this country?"
I got nothing to say on that.
Okay. Anything else on your heart?
Nope.
Boy, you make it real hard for radio. You know that. You want them one of the 1 ounce person.
Ryan. I
love y'all too. I love y'all too. It ain't anything about that. Mm-hmm. I'm just one of them folks. Like, everybody on here got their opinion. That's cool. I got mine too.
Yeah.
And with the not wanting to appear to be a deflector, I'm just gonna abstain from commenting.
No,
because I could go all day. Listen,
my thing
I
is
am not an advocate.
I always say, man, we have to have the dialogue. So to refrain from talking is getting away from the dialogue that is very important for us to move forward. But so
I agree.
Yeah.
My dialect though has nothing to do with the conversation because I'm not a supporter of gangs. You got Bloods and Crips. They red and blue.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They just another gang. Both of them, both sides.
Should we come out with another? Should we come out with another party and really?
No, because then it would divide itself again, just like gangs do.
What do you think the solution is?
I'm not really sure. Because if I were to say what the solution is, I'd be called a chaos theorist, an anarchist.
Wow. But you do have an
because
idea.
none of these people have our best interests at heart. None of them. Despite what they say or the little things they may do, here, have some more handouts. Vote for me. Have some more of this. Vote for me. All they're doing is appealing to what's up front in your mind. All of them. Every single one. They don't give two craps about one person in this country. None of them. I don't care what they say or what anybody says. They don't care. That's evident across the globe. Now, one government across this globe cares about people. Hey, it's my opinion, Leonard. Just my opinion. I haven't seen anything to show me otherwise anywhere across the globe.
What do you think, Ryan? Do you think the stimulus money that they gave out up under Trump? Do you think that was just a passive way of, much like you said, just vote for me? Here's a little handout. I'm gonna give you a little something. Here you go. Now vote for me.
It's to pacify the masses, because if we unify and call them on their crap, they lose. That's globally. If people come together with their concerns and stomp them out, they lose.
Wow.
They lose control. That's what everything is about. It's control. Politics is control. Religion is control. It's all control.
Wow. That's a whole different conversation you just threw out there right there. But let me go to Toya with a T. What do you say to that? Was that just a pacifier situation that they gave out the little stimulus money?
Yeah, of course it was. I mean, it is about control. And it's about gaining control. What Ryan said, we're gangs. I thought we had this conversation before. I said that before years ago. We keep bringing the same thing up again. And this is how they stay in power and control. We still not focused on the facts at hand. We still hungry. Minimum wage is still not high. We still don't produce anything as a country. We're still over here struggling. But we're still talking about Donald Trump 8 years later. 8 years later. And we are still in a worse position. That's my thing. We know it is what it is. We the slaves. And the White House is the master's house. We know that. It is what it is. Now, either we are going to do what's best for us as a collective, because it's not, if it ain't no coming out of the slavery, then we still have to do what we have to do as a collective. And because we have, well, we saw it with Donald Trump, we don't really have a choice on who goes into the White House, right? Did we see that? Yeah, we did see that, right?
Come on.
Again, we need to understand that it's always going to be what is best for the collective. We know, if we don't know, we know America is going to crumble. I've been saying that for the last couple of years. I said, God told me. And when you look at civilizations as a whole throughout history, 250 is their max in years when it comes to them reigning. So just from a historical aspect, we know we're going to crumble. But if we just look at it like someone, like they said to me earlier, use your common sense. Just look at what we're doing economically and tell me how we're going to survive. Now, I can get deep on it when it goes to China from an American standpoint. It doesn't matter who the president is. The fact of the matter is, when you look at commodities from countries, America is in a very bad position, which also means so are its citizens. So my question is, who is going to be the person to make sure I can afford the rent that these huge companies are charging us? Huh? Who? Who gonna make sure that this 3 times that they asking for to be eligible for an apartment that I can afford that? Tell me who. Point me to the person, please. So at
Me.
the end of the day, the person is the people are us. We as a collective have to make the choices and decisions that is going to make us be in the position that we need to be. It's never been up to them, and if we continuing to leave it up to them, we're following that same spell. We doing that same spell. I'm rolling with the Lord. Hey, I'm looking at things from the side. Whether I love God or not, I still judge people accordingly. I'm not going to knock you. I'm not going to be mad at you. I know who you are, Donald Trump. I know who you are, Jay-Z, whoever. I know who you are. Y'all are who you are. And we deal with all of these people accordingly on a daily basis until they get caught. We knew a long time ago R. Kelly was accused of playing with little girls. Now he in jail for it 15 years later. So stop acting like we don't know who these people are. They are who they are. They're in the positions that they have. We need to judge them accordingly, and we have to stop using this energy like this right here, because this is the energy that keeps them there.
Wow. We got a few more minutes before we get out of here. A little less than 30 minutes, but 508-924-3521, 508-924-35. I'm going to switch it up just a little bit, just for a second. And Cassandra.
Yes, sir.
I asked a question when we first started. I was actually on here by myself, and Tucson, I'm going to come to you too. But I asked a question earlier. Being a little funny. I would have been a little comical. I was on here by myself, entertaining me. But I asked this question. Why do they call it an emergency room? People get sick, they go over. Why do they call it an emergency room when you have to go there and wait 6 hours to be seen? There ain't no emergency.
You know what? I will not answer that question. I'm not even going to answer that question.
Why they call it things to make you go, Why do they call it an emergency room when you go there? You have to sit about 6 hours before they see you. Cassandra,
I have no idea.
Help me understand it.
No. Now, see, you almost made me say something. Leave me alone. I'm not answering that question.
Tucson, answer for me. Coach Tucson, just as silly as I am. Tucson, you there, man? Why do they call it an emergency? Why do they call it an emergency room? Now, emergency is something going on right now. We got to handle it. Emergency, it's emergency. Why do they call it an emergency room when you have to wait 6 hours to be seen? Help me understand, Tucson.
Because the doctor in the area, you got somewhere else to go. Lord have mercy. Maybe they're in the hurry to go to lunch.
See,
I don't know. They like the pretty lights. You know how they hurry and rush them in there, and then they say, "You got to sign in, sir."
Yep.
Leave.
Exactly. Sign in and wait out there in the lobby, and somebody will come and get you. Somebody will call for you in a minute.
And no, you can't go, and then you can't go in that back door.
Exactly.
Unless somebody press that button. I don't know.
Like,
Hey, I want to say something, man. You didn't know. Good. I just had to say that. You remember the movie, and he say,
Lord, Lord, watch this. And Ryan said he had an emergency room story. Oh, Ryan. First, why do they call it an emergency room, Ryan? When you have to wait so long?
Because they in a hurry to wait. let me tell you this story right quick. Staying back in the city. I got 2 kids got peanut allergies. My daughter climbed up my cabinets to get my Reese's Pieces off the top where she couldn't reach. I'm working 45 minutes away.
Wow.
My wife called me. She ate your Reese's Pieces. You got to come get her to the ER.
Wow.
Speed demon all the way down there. Get her to the hospital in time. And they're gonna tell me you're gonna have to wait while her throat is closing. She's turning colors. She's no longer white.
Lord.
Good Lord.
Then I get up to the counter. I'm like, she is sitting here dying. She can't even breathe. And you tell me I got to fill this out first? You can't take her in the back? Here's her insurance card.
Yeah. Yeah.
And what do? They send the orderlies out.
Wow.
I looked at both of them in the face. I ain't scared of you. You better treat my daughter or they're going to treat you next.
Exactly.
And the doctor going to run out. I got you. You take my daughter back there. Save her life while I'm filling out the paperwork. That's the correct answer.
Yeah.
Let me do that. Why are you saving her life? Because you can't refuse to treat her?
Yeah. Exactly. Toya, ain't no telling what kind of answer we about to get right now. Y'all put your seatbelts on. Toya with a T. Why do they call it an emergency room when you have to wait 6 hours to be seen?
Because you got a 6-hour emergency and 5 hours of energy.
Love 5 hour
No.
energy.
Let me be for real. I'm gonna be straight up for real with you. No joke, no cap.
Okay.
If we understand the medical association and its creation, then we understand why they let you wait in an emergency room, baking on you to die. If we gonna sit here and talk all this junk about America and everything that we know and everything has been exposed, we know that the medical association, we know that the hospitals, we know that the pharmaceutical companies all work together, and it is not for us to live. Okay? It takes a minimum of 20 minutes time for the average ambulance to get to you, but they know that 20 minutes of no oxygen, 5 minutes of no oxygen, 10 minutes of no oxygen, and the causes that they do to a human. But then when you look at how they aerodynamically set up what hospital and what ambulance go where, it's not for the best benefit of us. So do not sit here and ask me, why does it take 6 hours for you to be seen when we know that the medical association, contrary to the Rockefellers, contrary to the Carnegies when we first started in the early 1900s, was not to be to help us live, but to ultimately help control the population by allowing us to die. So that's why you're waiting 6 hours in a hospital if your head not hanging off your shoulder. And now, at one point in time, you used to be able to have people of integrity and said, I did it to make you live. You understand me? But now they're doing it with intent to kill.
Wow.
Toya, Raheem, can I say something?
Go ahead.
Toya, one of my friend's daughter died, 16 years old, died 2 years ago. She was in an accident with a very prominent teenager. His family, both his parents are doctors in Macon, Georgia, right? She had life-threatening injuries. The dispatcher told the ambulance to take her to the trauma hospital in the town. The young white kid, teenager, he had a broken arm. They took him to the trauma center and sent her to this hospital that was non-trauma, did not have the equipment. That's what they told them on the radio. They did not have the equipment to treat her, and the child ended up dying.
Wow.
Now, this is our system. So you can play it any way you want. That boy had a broken arm and was taken to a trauma hospital. The girl had my baby, Jael, had life-threatening injuries. They took her to a non-trauma hospital and she died.
Wow.
That's how we still play that game in America.
Wow. There's a lot of see people that's listening. We broadcast right now in over 50-something countries, 56 countries right now. So people that's listening in right in other countries, America, though it can be great, it does have its flaws. It does have its issues. And I guess I'm not supposed to say that, but it's true. Curtis, what's on your heart, brother? Talk to me.
You know, I just had a horrible experience with the emergency room. As we all know on this phone, and for the listeners who listen on a regular basis, I have been going through some things with family members, and had to be rushed to the emergency room. Let me explain to your listeners and to the listening public how a certain party has gutted Medicare, Medicaid. What they did was they slid in this Part A, Part B, and this, that, and the third, and broke down because they couldn't defend Obamacare. What they did was they pulled certain things out of it so that now you no longer have it. You can no longer afford the care that you need.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know, my family member had an episode, a mental health episode, and sat in the hospital for 5 days. Guess where she sat at, Ryan?
What's that?
In the emergency room for 5 days.
What? Kid, come on, Curtis.
Could not leave because I'm not, man, I can't make this up, brother. I wish I could, man. Could not leave, nor could she have any visitors. Guess why she sat there for 5 days, right?
Insurance, wrong insurance, or didn't have the right insurance or something?
The insurance did not pay for the hospital did not accept the insurance she had to send her to the psych ward.
Wow.
So she sat there for 5 days because the doctors were not comfortable sending her out the door. So what they did was they was looking around town to try and find a bed.
And it took them 5 days to do that?
Transfer her from that hospital to another hospital. But it's real funny to me that after that 3rd day, now I'm calling that doctor's office because I know a little bit. I know enough about mental health. Okay, there's a 72-hour evaluation, 48 to 72 hours. There's 48 to 72-hour mandatory evaluation. If that doctor releases you back to the street and something happens, that doctor can be held accountable for malpractice and can be sued.
Yeah. Wow. Wow.
Right?
Yeah.
He sat there for 5 days. Once that 3rd day hit and I start calling, all of a sudden, oh, well, we thinking we're going to discharge her because we can't find a bed. She's having a full-blown psychotic episode. But it was all because her Part B, which was changed right around 2018, 2019, because it was gutted, she had no means to pay for her care.
Wow.
But yet we in an emergency room.
Exactly. In an emergency room. Absolutely. Ibrahim, why do they call it an emergency room when you have to wait so long?
Why we park in driveways? Well, hearing some of the complaints and everything, right? And we put things in context. As far as I know, the hospital we used to have mercy hospitals. We used to have hospitals that you could go to that you could get some care, but we didn't have the technology at the time to get the care that you can get today. So it's morally incomprehensible that you can't get all the medical care available to save your loved one. But at the same time, we vote. The people that we vote for, the people we don't vote for, pass laws. If we don't vote, we don't get involved in a political situation, then we complain later on about the process that we haven't taken care of. I don't know if you know, but I've been working with people for about 10 years. They found out Georgia don't have a psychiatric program, like he's saying. I know a lady could talk. Even people tell you about kids that their children, sisters and brothers and husbands, have died in the hospital or the jail because they didn't have any hospital bed for psychiatric care in the state of Georgia. You know, I work with people like that back up here in the neck of the woods, Raheem. I can't think of the lady's name right now. She's running for office. I don't know if she ever got office up there. But she was talking about that 10 years ago, and people talking about it longer than that. We don't have that system no more. And because of some of the people that we vote for, some of the political ideology that we vote for, you know, has caused these problems. Now, we won't care, but we don't want to pay for anybody else's care. You know, well, I got insurance, I pay for my insurance, but I don't want this person to go in there that ain't got a job and ne'er do well or whatever, criminal in jail, whatever, to pay for this. You know, to pay for them to have this kind of medical care, and my people can't have it. And then if you look at in Georgia and Atlanta, they closed down some hospitals.
Yeah.
Grady Hospital is really the number one care emergency in Taylor, Georgia.
Yep.
Grady Hospital. Go down to Grady any time of day and think that you can get in there and out, even if you got the right insurance sometimes, right?
Yeah.
But you know, sometimes we don't. Another thing is that we need to have a doctor. We're talking about this specific issue now. We need to have a primary care physician that's aware of our conditions, and we have these emergencies. So you can actually, sometimes you can actually call them, and they can. Well, it used to be for COVID virus, they can have you admitted to the hospital, you know, for overnight to be assessed, right? My wife just had the lower chambers of her heart that stopped working. And we had to rush and all like that because the doctor's office had called ahead and they had everything lined up when she got there and showed the pill. They rushed her straight in. Next thing I know, they were rushing straight to surgery. Scared the hell out of me, right? But this is the thing that she had prepared done, and thank God she had went to a regular visit to find out that she was about ready, you know, to check out. I mean, last minute. I mean, they were asking her how, you know what I mean? And so thank God for that. But what I'm trying to say is, because we're ignoring these little things that we don't think is important, and we fight over these big things that we think that's important, right? That we don't have the opportunity to influence and make sure that we have the care that you need. Ain't nobody, you know, this is American capitalist society. Nobody said you have to get a medical care if you can't pay for it. It was saying a long time ago in the communist country, you had to stand in a queue, a line to get certain help, or socialist country. In America, you have to stand in line based on your money. You see what I'm saying? And your status, you know, where somebody can raise the issue about you, empower your community, right? Or about what happens to you. Let somebody blowing hair and blue eye happens to them, you know what's going to happen. Everybody will go up and why? You know, every day, kids are going in the hospital, men and women are going to the hospital, they're dying, they come up with cancer, they can't, and they ain't got nothing for it. They might be stuck.
Good deal.
But what I'm saying is now is the time that if you find something that have a problem like that, you should continue with that and build on that, because a lot of people have the same problems you have.
Now let me go to Captain Leonard. Captain Leonard, why do they call it an emergency room? An emergency room when you have to wait so long? You have to wait 5, 6 hours, 7 hours to be seen, Leonard. What is really going on? Talk to me.
Well, first of all, I don't like the question, because for every bad story, there's 10 good stories of people whose lives were saved in emergency rooms. So I'm not into this generalization that everything is going to hell. That's not my thing. There's several reasons why certain emergency rooms are just horrible. And it's because of management. It's because of the number of doctors available. It's because of the politics surrounding the funding of the hospital and what the state is doing, you know, to support, what the federal government is doing to support. It's not a you or versus me thing. It should be, how are we going to improve these things?
Do you think the people that are in charge care enough? Because they're making the money, they're getting insurance, they're getting plenty of money. But do you think they care enough for the people to make the difference?
I think it's currently around 50. It's probably about 50-50. It's based on representation. Now, I'm not going to pick a side, but you go find the side that's making all of the proposals and bills and appropriations for healthcare. And then look at the side who's not. Make it make sense. We did have a president once that voted to almost absolve doctors of any type of responsibility, because doctors was complaining about medical malpractice insurance instead of not making mistakes. And also the stimulus for a lot of the monies that you all are receiving now came basically out of the American Recovery and Reinvestment Act. I'm gonna let you go look that up because I know, you know, I don't know what talking points you may have, but everything that benefits the majority of us is usually fought by whom? Who? Who's against helping the majority of people that need care from decent quality hospitals?
You say who is against it?
Yeah, who's against that? Who's against that spending and that investment?
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
Come on, man. I don't make this up. I do not make this up.
I know.
I don't sit here and say all politicians ain't no good because guess what? I sit right there with them. I look at the agendas. We actually come back and report to citizens whom they should consider to be their leaders for this very reason. So what we can't do is continue to just, I don't care how much you, I can't say that word. I don't care how high you pile it, it's still going to stink and attract flies. Stop it.
Yeah.
Either you're for helping all of us or not. And I know it. Some of you have a serious internal struggle because you say things that must obviously cause an internal struggle in your heart, which is why you find it difficult to pick a side.
Wow. Leonard, I got you got 30 seconds. I'm gonna put the Paul put this, read this and respond to it. Can you see it? Leonard, can you see it?
My fault, Raheem. Why do we send billions of dollars to Israel every year to get free health care and college when we are all hanging by a thread in the USA?
Respond, brother.
Oh, you want me to respond to it?
Yes.
That's because that's a part of a foreign assistance program. I don't know if many of you know it all or not, but Israel is really, Israel, we're Israel. We're Israel.
What do you mean?
You're gonna confuse them, Leonard.
We created Israel. And that's why we do what we do for Israel, because Israel is a major military and it's a major station for operations for the United States of America. So, you know, the reason why many of you confused because you sat there and listened to what your preacher been talking about, and you're relating that to the Israel that we're dealing with here now, and that they're not the same. There's an Israel that we created, that we support as a nation.
Yeah. Phone 1-2.
Right.
Yeah.
So these are facts. Whether you like them or not. Whenever you start thinking of things in terms of versus as opposed to we and how we work together, all you see is like one, it's a great reason to hate Mexicans if somebody can get you to believe that the Mexicans are taking your jobs when a Mexican ain't never had a job that really I wanted or could get a job that I had.
Wow.
So we have to be careful when we allow this wickedness to form a base for our decisions.
That's good.
If you're always pitting yourself against everything else, then you will never find peace.
Wow.
Because to you, everything is against you. Everybody's against you. Everybody's talking about you. It's always your fault. Who sounds like they have the mental problem? Who?
Wow. Stay right there. Let's keep this going. Toussaint, talk to me, brother.
Me and Leonard must have grew up together.
Right there in the now. Right there in the now.
At least we might have went to the same church. Somebody's controlling the narrative, and we fall for it hook, line, and sinker, and we run with it. Been doing it for years. All we gotta do is put something out there. Yeah. And we'll sing it with everybody else. Let's sing together. My country, tears of thee. Sweet land of liberty for thee. Y'all ain't gonna join in?
No, no.
Join in on y'all jump on every other bandwagon. I'm not.
Come on now.
I'm just saying.
Pick up a soprano, tenor. What you gonna say?
10 or 12. 10 or 12. 10 or 12 miles away. 10 or 12. 10 or 12. That's what I'm talking about. 10 or 12. Toy, you want to talk to me, sis? Toya?
I feel like we took a different direction. Where we at again? I thought we was on emergency room.
Yeah, we were on the emergency room, but Paul, public citizen, put a thing out there, right here, which is right here, and he was asking about the amount of money that we're sending over to Israel and why are we sending so much money over there. So I wanted to address this question.
Oh, why are we sending money to Israel?
Yes, why are we sending so much money to Israel when we're over here hanging on by a thread?
Oh, same reason why the United States does it to everybody else. But I mean, for me personally, I'm sorry. I'm hanging on the comment that Leonard said about what the pastor said. I mean, biblically, from a biblical aspect, Israel is a protected country because God says so.
Mm-hmm.
That's my understanding, according to the Bible that I read.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought that it was a protected place by Him. So, for anyone who helps Israel, which when you look at the research on it, yeah, they kind of on point with a lot of different things when it comes from electronic point of view, a medical point of view. I mean, even from an environmental point of view, because they're growing things on that dirt, on that sand over there. You know what I mean? So because I believe in God, I believe in the Bible, and even though I'm not perfect, I believe in the things that the Lord said. And I feel like the countries that are blessed and are protected is because He said so. So if America is helping Israel, even if we are Israel, like what Leonard just said, it's still an extension of God, and it's because God said so. If we know that the government rests on the shoulders of God, that means everything that goes on rests on His shoulders. That means if our steps are ordered, that means that boo-boo you stepped in, you were supposed to step in, right? Because He said your steps are ordered by Him, right? So you're supposed to step in the boo-boo, right? Because the steps is already ordered. It's already written. It's already made. The only person that didn't know that they was supposed to step in the boo-boo is you, because He didn't tell you. But the fact of the matter is, if it's already written, you already knew. The boo-boo was already there.
Who gonna clean my shoe?
You gonna clean your shoe. It's your shoe.
Wait a minute.
You wasn't paying attention because you stepped in the boo-boo. Just saying. And boo-boo smear different. Some thick, some watery, some smear different, and you got to use different tactics. The fact of the matter is, ain't nobody gonna clean the boo-boo off your shoe but you. But at the end of the day, whatever goes on in this world, whatever goes on in this universe, I have learned it has nothing to do with me.
Mm-hmm.
Everything that goes on is because God said so. He don't need any help. He don't need any assistance. He just need a vessel that is going to be willing to do what He do. And even when it comes to the bad things, even if He allows the devil to destroy Israel, to destroy the United States, to destroy Russia or whatever, it is still an allowance, and it is still in the footprint that we already know is already set, regardless of what we think, because God said so and not nobody else.
Good deal. Good deal. Now, hold on, Leonard. Hold on, Leonard. Tucson, you got boo-boo in your shoes, man.
Right.
What you say? Well, you almost made me say something. Hey, look, I'm looking on my shoes. I know I got steel toes on. I said to myself, and I'm walking in crap.
Man, you got boo-boo on your shoes, man.
Right.
They ain't no raisins, Tucson. Those ain't raisins.
Right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
If the people call you and tell you I can no longer be on your show,
I won't
be offended.
Oh,
When after this.
after the day.
Let me get y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all this one time.
Okay.
Y'all pray to the Holy Spirit for y'all revelation.
Mm-hmm.
God was talking about people.
Mm-hmm.
Man is talking about land.
Mm.
Remember this.
Say that one more again.
God was talking about people. Man is talking about land.
Amen.
Mm-hmm. So we're not talking about a destination. We're not talking about a destination. We're talking about a person or people.
That goes for Babylon too.
Who is Israel? Did you forget? Come on now, you his Bible theologians, and who is Israel? Who is Israel? It's a people. That's why you're so easy displaced and being pushed into the sea. To get rid of the people Israel that God was talking about. His people, not that land.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody that's been in the military or even studies military strategy or anything or political influence or strategy, period. You know why we're there. You know why we do what we do. So it's time out for just bantering about things when the truth is so available.
Mm-hmm.
It's too available for anybody to stand in front of any rational people and start lying. Everybody can have their own personal opinions, but we all don't have to agree, and the majority of us don't have to support.
Let my people go.
So if you want to continue to believe in this whole BS connection between the Israel that's over there now and your Bible, God help you.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
People talk about God this and God that, blah, blah, blah. If you notice, God kind of just sits back and watches.
Mm-hmm.
Gets involved when he feels like it, or because you don't control him. You don't control what God does. But you had better take care of your business and control what you do have control over.
Mm-hmm.
Just because everybody else has this zeal to go to hell, you do not have to follow that.
Mm-hmm.
Just because the world is crumbling don't mean that you have to fret and you have to fray over these types of things.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you really are Israel, you know who you should trust.
Exactly. Now I want to go back to Tucson and ask him what he's gonna do about that boo-boo on his shoes.
Now, how did I step in crap?
Man,
Leonard, you sharp. You are correct, Leonard. Well, you know what? That's why we get in trouble by trying to possess something that's not ours.
Amen.
Keep on. Talk about, look, the matter of fact, make you feel better or worse. Go check your bank account.
Mm.
You ain't had nothing? You ain't got nothing? You ain't gonna have nothing.
Mm. Let my people go.
Slow down, Moses. Do it in your deep voice, Raheem.
Let my people go. Kurt, talk to me, brother.
Leonard is correct in his historical facts. The truth of the matter is, the land of Israel, here's the part of the story they don't like to talk about. The one people that they persecuting over there is the one people that had the greatest level of morality. The Palestinians, man, Lord have mercy.
And you're talking to a man that's been on the Damascus Road.
During World War II, Leonard is absolutely correct. During World War II, they were looking for refuge for the so-called Jewish folk that was running and escaping out of Germany. They were fleeing Hitler's persecution. To prevent them from flooding over into Britain and other neighboring countries, the British offered the Palestinians a certain dollar amount. We just looking for a part-time place to put these folks. We're gonna move them back after the war. The Palestinians agreed to that. Okay, we're gonna play a part because we don't want that fool, that crazy man coming over here messing with us. We're gonna play a part. Once the settlers were settled, the British stopped paying.
Mm-hmm.
The American government, to prevent an even greater fallout, the American government had entered the war. The American government then said, ho, before y'all start beefing and arguing and fight, I tell you what, we'll pick up the tab. Because there were Jews in America, you understand, that was like, hey, can y'all help us out? Okay, cool. The American government picked up the tab, and then the American government turned around and did what the British did. But the American government took it to a whole nother level because they seen a strategic interest. We can be in a place where we can actually see what these Muslims, what these Palestinians, we can actually see what the Middle East is doing. We can actually see how much oil is coming out of there. We can see how much natural resources is coming out of there. So what the American government did was then shifted, and instead of paying them the money that they promised them, they gave the money to the Israeli people, the people who, the Jewish settlers from Germany and Poland, they gave that money to their government.
Okay.
So we set up a proxy government in the country. I'm trying to get there as fast as I can, Raheem. So once we did that, the Palestinians is like, yo, oh no, where's my money? Well, these people got to go. Y'all not gonna pay us, they got to go. But now we had done funneled enough money in there to set up a governmental institution for strategic purposes. When the Bible talks about Israel, it is talking about the people. It is not talking about that land right there. That land has been inhabited by Christians, Muslims, every single religion pretty much that circulates throughout the globe. It's circulating throughout the globe because of the diaspora, the spread of religion. But everything goes back to that particular place there. Everything goes back originally to Egypt. So
good deal.
Lose the talking points for a minute. Study the history.
And speaking of that, Kurt, we got to get out of here, man. It's already 10:11. We got to get out of here, man. I gotta take on off for today. But this is something we definitely need to revisit. And these are conversations I love having. Very quickly. Anybody else have anything they want to say before we get out of here? Good deal. Cassandra, Alexander Green.
Raheem,
yes, sir.
I just want to check. Is everybody, we still friends, right?
Oh yeah. Man, bigger than that, we still family.
Y'all don't like me. I know. It's all good.
No, we family. No, we family around here. We more than
and I must needs go to Samaria. So
So, Cassandra Alexander Green, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Cassandra, somebody listened to this broadcast today. They said, man, they got real juicy today. They got real juicy. Man, I got in here about 8:30, 8:45, 9:15. I just wish there was a way that I could hear it in its entirety. Cassandra, can you help them out?
Absolutely, Raheem. If there is someone that has missed any part of the show and would like to see or hear it in its entirety, they can simply tune in at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and at dkmmediagroup.com. Once again, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to dkmmediagroup.com. And I love Ryan and I love Toya.
Absolutely.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, and you do that marvelous. You do that marvelous. But we got to go to somebody. We got to Captain Leonard. You still with us, man? Captain Leonard, you there?
Yes, Raheem.
Pray us out, sir.
All minds and hearts are clear, I hope.
Yes.
Dear Heavenly Father, we pray right now that something that he said has furthered your blessings and your grace upon those people who need it the most. Dear Heavenly Father, keep us all in your care. To everyone listening to this broadcast right now, we wish them nothing but peace and blessings, dear Heavenly Father. Yes. Thank you for giving us a clear-cut vision of what it is we should strive for. And we hope that we have done everything we can to lead people in the right direction. Thank you, dear Heavenly Father, for never dismissing us from your presence, but keep your loving arms protection around us as we come and go. These and other blessings we ask in our Savior's name. Amen.
Amen, amen, and amen.
I love you too, Sandra.
Oh, look at the love. Look at the love all up in here. Look at the love.
Was that Tucson?
No.
That was Ryan.
It was Ryan.
Oh, Ryan! Yay! Not Tucson, Ryan. I don't want Tucson.
It's because he got boo-boo on his shoe.
And if he's still there, it's good to hear from you, Ibrahim.
No, he hung up a little bit ago. Yeah,
I just wanted to. I know he hasn't been with us in a while, and he was so rational and everything today. It was great.
Exactly. That's the Ibrahim. That's the Ibrahim we want to keep with us right there. That's the Ibrahim we want to keep with us. But it's been
Raheem.
Yes, ma'am.
Can I mention my party is my birthday celebration is next weekend, and I want anybody that's in the Atlanta area of my panelist friends or whoever to come and join us. It's a 70s theme party, so come in your Afro wigs and your statues. And Toya, I really want you to come if you're available.
Oh, Toya, you gonna
because
dance?
You make a party live, all the way live.
Toya, you gonna dance the whole time. Toya, you gonna walk in the door dancing. Toya, you gonna walk in the door, they ain't gonna sit down. Listen, you want something?
I hope you come, Toya. I hope you can come.
Well, she actually hung up. I think she's at work right now. She had to hang up, but I'll make sure. Well, she'll listen to the broadcast anyway. But I would definitely make sure I pass that information on to her as well. I'm gonna tell you something. Toya, you gonna dance the whole time. You know, ask Toya if she wants something to eat. She'll say yeah, but you gotta bring it out here on the dance floor. Bring it out here on the dance floor to me. Because she gonna dance the whole time. Toya love to have a good time. She really does. But with that being said, I want to thank everybody for joining us. And more than that, I want to thank you for allowing DK Media Group and Associates and the Morning Glow for being a part of your morning. It is now 10:16. You're about to exit the Morning Glow. But before you go, I want you to do me two favors, if you will. One, I want you to continue to pray for us because we are certainly praying for each and every one of you. Number two, why this is real simple, I want you to go out there, find somebody, and give them a hug because you never know. It could be the only hug that they get, or it could very well be their last. Love you, and ain't nothing you can do about it. Have a great day and a better tomorrow. And we'll shine some light of you from the Morning Glow. Take it out there into this wicked and cruel world that we live in and let your light so shine. If you get an opportunity, give somebody some love. You just might find some love in return. Won't that be a beautiful thing? Have a great day. Take care of each other. And please, please, please be blessed. Give somebody some love and truth. They would appreciate it, and I'm sure that you will as well. Have a great day. Toy, you want to tell you back. You must have heard Cassandra talking about you.
I sure did. I was like, what? I ain't even gonna dance now. I'm just gonna sit down and listen to everybody all day.
No,
I ain't even gonna dance. Now I ain't even gonna do it because now y'all expect me to do it. I'm just gonna play space and listen.
I'm gonna tell you something. I
would be real arrogant after whooping y'all butts like that and then get up and dance about it. Nah, I ain't even gonna do it like that.
I'm gonna tell you something. The music ain't gonna let you sit down. You say you're gonna sit down, yeah, you might want to, but the music ain't gonna let you do it.
Well, you better have the music going. That'll save everybody from the ass whooping that's gonna sit down at the table with me and my partner. Oh, I'm sorry. My bad. Something took over me that time, for real. I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm just cruising down the street on my way to work and it just slipped out. I'm so sorry, y'all. I'm sorry.
Look. On that note, we about to get out of here because she got a couple of more in on you. She got a couple of winners. So we're gonna hang up this thing right now. Hey, y'all have a great day, and we'll talk to you tomorrow morning if God says the same. Have a great day now. Let me turn this off. Turn this do.